got a great jab. You know, I don't care who you are, whatever weight you are. If you can't jab, you ain't going to fight too well. The jab is the best punch. Good fighters, great fighters have great jabs. That's a fact of life. You go through history.
Well, the two best heavyweights really ever, Larry Holmes and Lennox Lewis.
Great jabs. Muhammad Ali, great jab. They're all the good fighters can jab. And if you can jab, that's it. You know, Frank Bruno won his world title because of his jab when he fought Oliver McCall, who had knocked out Lennox at the time, coming off the knockout of Lennox.
That jab is not just, you know, it doesn't just set up Daniel's offensive work with his right hand and left hook kick.
Representing Brick City, Shakur!
Finding those levels too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting them with straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Just Due.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the family. How y'all feeling on this good Thursday, man? We getting closer to this fight. I can't wait to see it, man. We getting closer and closer, y'all. And we had a nice little press conference today, man. We're going to go over it. We're going to go over that. And y'all know how we do. We got a bunch of other stuff we're going to talk about, too. But we got to get to it, man. Albright seemed like he ready. He sound really confident that he could win this fight. And he's supposed to be, right? He coming off a little high, especially after beating the older brother, right? He feel like, man, I'm about to go out here and take it to Keyshawn, too. But that's where things get tricky, y'all. It's going to get tricky. It's not going to be easy to do whatsoever. You know, beating Keyshawn is not going to be something that, you know, it's going to be an easy feat. Not whatsoever. Not one bit. Marcus, what's good with it, Brody? How you feeling? Shout out to Hen Dog. What's good, man? Who's Woo? Well, that's all right, dude name. Who's Woo? Woo, man. Woo said, man, he gonna make Keyshawn look regular. You hear me? That's what Woo said. Woo was popping it a little bit, just enough, right? Not too much, but he was giving us enough, man, to make it fun. You know, I'm just glad they getting it out the way, man. And again, I was here for it from the start. I seen everything unfold. You know, some interesting dynamic, you know, in that first fight, you know, that Keyshawn and Nahir Albright had, you know, that was the first fight Keyshawn didn't have Bomac, right? It's funny, and that ended up being his only majority decision to date. And then on top of that, the marijuana stuff was, you know, what ultimately ruined that fight for him, right? So couple of changes in his career, right? I don't think he's smoking, obviously, right? I think he's a lot more focused than he was in that first fight. And although he might not have Bomac, he was some people that he trusts that got him looking sharp, and he picking up right where he left off. So I think he's going to be good regardless. I think whether it's Bomac, Ron Sims, or coach, I forget the main head coach name, but either of these guys, man, I think the job is still the same as long as he put the right work in the gym, didn't cut no corners, and he took this opportunity serious as I expect him to because of what's on the line. You can't let this dude after beating your brother and somebody you beat and had a draw in his last fight beat you, right? You get me? You can't let him do that. So we're going to go over that presser, man. We're going to go over. I ain't going to play the whole hour thing. I'm going to just play, you know, the main event, basically the main part of it. Mind George in the building, and dog laughing already. Who's who? Who's woo? Who's who? Who's who? Who's woo? Who's who? I don't know what they saying, but look, he sound confident, man. He like, yeah, I beat his brother. He was talking, he was popping it a little bit, but he was talking, he was on point. He was like, he said I was gonna be on Sports Center. He said it was gonna be no more whoop. You know what I'm saying? He said this. He said he was gonna knock me out. He ain't knocked me out. He said his brother was gonna knock me out. He ain't knocked me out. Woo was on it. He was popping it a little bit. You know what I mean? Had his chest out on him, like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? He had his chest poked out. Now he had his chest out literally, like, cause he be on his R&B shit for real. He be leaning into that R&B shit, cause he backed out. The presser looking like an R&B singer. He had the shades on. He had like the suit with the chest out. Get what I'm saying? Taco meat exposed underneath. He was bare chested under that suit, bro. Woo backed out like he was a sex symbol, bro. Like, yeah, they gonna see me today. It's this the rematch. Hey man, hey y'all remember that? Y'all remember that scene in Friday? Next Friday it was. Debo ran down. He stood in front of the truck. He was like, "This is the rematch." I swear I need that clip. Hold on, I need it. I need that clip, bro. Oh, I need that clip, bro. Hold on, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh man, yo, this shit was hilarious. This is the rematch. That's what I need. I just need a little small clip of it, man. That's not here all right today. Keyshawn sitting over there all calm and shit. Like, hey, bro, we know you be wigging out. You more focused. I get it, but Albright over there, like, yeah, you said you was gonna do this. You ain't do it. I'm still here. This is the rematch. You know what I'm saying? Bad blood. They came into my locker room. You know what I'm saying? They came into my locker room. You know what I'm saying? That, bum rushed me. I mean, he wanted back. He wanted back in blood, bro. Ah, man, I need that little clip, though. I need it, man. This is the rematch. That's how he coming today. He like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? OT, what's good? What's good, homie? Cass Sports, the box store. And what's good, my guy? How you feeling? Always good to see you. We on our regular time today, man. We gonna build for a bit. We gonna laugh a little bit. Y'all know I'm already silly with it, man. But Nahir Albright, really an R&B singer. You can't lose to him because there's almost 100% chance that he's gonna use that microphone time to sing, and that's when it's over after that. Like, you gonna be in meme land forever, like forever. Like, you get me? They gonna be making memes forever. Keyshawn, low key, he gotta go out here and win. Yeah, he says full circle. He said everything coming full circle. But he ain't wrong though. He was on point. OT, he was on point. I ain't gonna lie. Key ain't try to really mix too many words, but he said enough. He said enough to let us know that his energy ain't switched. He just ain't. I think I like this approach because he's still him, but he ain't about to oversell and underdeliver. I think that probably was the focus here, right? Not to oversell, underdeliver. You could come out here and say you're gonna do all of these things, but then when it's time to do it, if you don't accomplish it, then you look crazy. He already promising pretty much a knockout, so there's that. Shout out to Emmanuel Joseph. What's good? Everybody hit the like button, sub to the channel, support the build. Hey y'all. Y'all know we got over 16 hours of streaming already. Before this live started, we had over 16 hours, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, he more locked in for sure, OT. 100%. 100% he more locked in. And I expect Albright to be, a bit more dialed in if possible too, because of the opportunity. He gonna need it. You know what I'm saying? He gonna need it. Said, just glad you was coming on early all week. I've been on vacation all week. Oh man, you did say he was gonna be on vacation. Yeah. I tried to make it on early today, but I got a little distracted, man. But I said, man, we still gonna cook though. But I might pop on tomorrow to close the week out, and then we more than likely will be covering the fights this Saturday. You know what I mean, yeah, the card is decent. Derek Crocklin, okay, you know what I'm saying. I'm just happy to see the businessman. You know what I'm saying. Albright was sitting over there like an R&B singer with the shades on. Nice suit with his chest out. You know what I'm saying? He was shirtless under that suit, man. Bro was shirtless. You know what I'm saying? That's R&B vibes, bro. Like he tried to be sexy at the presser, man, and calm and cool. He's like, yeah, my chest out under here. I ain't got no beater, no shirt, no tie, no nothing. I just got the jacket on. You know what I'm saying? Keyshawn sitting over there all mellow and shit like we know you ain't no bug out. You know what I'm saying? We get it. You gonna save it for the fight, G. But nah, I like the interaction though, man. Albright couldn't be more confident for a guy that lost already, because it's funny. He was saying, I'm gonna make him look regular like last time. I don't think you made him look regular, man. I think he made you think he showed the level between y'all, and that wasn't even his best night. You get what I'm saying? That was no Bo Mac. It was considered it could have been considered an off night, low key. You hit me? But all is gonna be forgiven. He beating ass, man. I love it though, man. Like nothing is better than a guy being confident in a fight, though. That's what's gonna make the fight dope. You know what I'm saying? The fact that Albright is confident that he can win, and that's what you want to see. You know what I'm saying? You want to see somebody be confident. You want to know that he's training hard. Low key, yo, he got a win over Frank Martin. I know it's not an official win. It was a draw, but to me, I think he closed the fight out really well down the stretch. Hurt Frank Martin really good. I think they both hurt each other, but I thought he hurt Frank Martin more. I thought he was going to stop him for a second, but Frank a dog. He bit down. He figured it out. He got through it, and they just fought to a draw. But I think the consensus was a lot of people walked away feeling like, yo, he might have beat him. You know what I'm saying? He might have got that dub. So, but now, after that, it's nothing more motivating, because, like, think about it. Usually you mess around and you don't get a rematch with somebody as good as Keyshawn with a promising career like that. So low key, he got rewarded for a fight. So even though he didn't win, his next opportunity came like a guy that won, right? That's what happened, right? His next opportunity presented itself as if he won that fight. So I'm happy for him, man. In boxing, man, these opportunities don't come often, man, for these guys, yo. So the opportunity to fight on a top stage, again, a big stage with a guy like Keyshawn, it should be fun. You know what I mean? Boxing fans should enjoy it. I know it's a lot of people out there in Philly that didn't like the situation that happened in backstage or whatever the case. Now they get a chance to not, swing on each other outside the ring, cause harm. They get to do it where they get paid to do it at, inside the ring. So I don't knock that at all. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it. And if it was ever somebody that deserved the opportunity at a rematch, I would say it was a guy like Albright. You get what I'm saying? I think a rematch is fitting. I think it's deserving, right? I don't think it's crazy that, you're getting an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And the hell, we not hearing none of that. None of these people that's trashing boxing, because we ain't going for it. You get me? Nahir Albright wasn't trash, and they wasn't questioning him when he was in there giving Frank Martin the belt. I don't want to hear this shit now, because Keyshawn a different level than Frank Martin. That's all y'all do. All y'all that's trying to trash or tarnish Albright right now, all you doing is really admitting that you know what level Keyshawn is on, and that he better than Frank Martin too. All y'all that was asking him to fight Frank Martin. What happened to that fight? What happened to that fight? Man, well, he would have got his ass beat going in there against Keyshawn like that. He'd have took that same exact fight against Keyshawn on any night he getting beat. Frank Martin, I'm talking about. So again, a phenomenal young talent, man. Frank, moved up, got the knockout over Ramses Bartholomew, got the fight with Wu. Wu gave him all he could handle, and now he back in a position to play spoiler again. But Unfortunately for him, he running into the businessman or the amazing, whichever one you want to call him. You know what I'm saying? Because he going by a couple names these days. But this gonna be fun, man. I'm not here to be mad at boxing, man. Wu's a good fighter. He's proven that on more than one occasion. Keyshawn Davis is the guy you love to hate. He's one of the guys you love to hate. He's 50% of the Bash Brothers that y'all be hating on. You get me? But y'all just gonna have to be mad, hate watch, throw shit at your TV. You know what I mean? Get argue with your girl for no reason. Yeah, all that's probably gonna happen. While that's happening, Wu gonna be getting the belt put to him. Respectfully, I like this young man. Like I said, he's very deserving of the opportunity. It couldn't have happened to a better person. You know what I'm saying? I think he a good kid outside of the sport too. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like he a genuine dude. So, man, all that, oh, this fight ain't good. It's not a good fight. Whenever you get two good fighters, especially with history and some bad blood, you know what I mean? It's going to be a good fight, period. The first one was a good fight. This one is going to be an even better fight because of what's on the line, what's at stake, and the backstory. They got a backstory. They got even some outside the ring scuffle that people was talking about. Now they get a chance to right this night. Now they get a chance to right the wrongs. You know what I'm saying? I see him. I'm gonna just ignore him because he ain't taking none of my energy today. I got some days I'm gonna give y'all what y'all looking for, the trolls, and then some days I'm ignoring them. Today, I think it's gonna be one of them days because he ain't messing up this good vibe and this good energy. Shout out to my Brody, Dante's Boxing Talk. What's good with it? All I seen is Keith look like at this clown. It's crazy, man. Shout out to Mike Magic, my brother. What's good with it? Reef, my dog. Say Keyshawn little brother never fought him. Nope. And we ain't listening to him. Keyshawn levels between him in the first fight. If anything, that's a fact. Cal Cooler, blessings to my dog. What's good with it, man? Keyshawn didn't want it, but he accepted it. Keep being professional, moving with this fight. That's a fact, bro. Devin Haney for Albright. Such a shame. Yeah. They here early, man. The Haney hose is out. Boxing Dad, what it do? You can't duck somebody without no contract, no paperwork. You can't duck somebody when you're not in the same weight class with them. Over here, we like to talk real boxing, not fantasy land. We don't make up shit. Bill Haney can't even say that Keyshawn Davis ducked him. Bill Haney himself came out and said Keyshawn don't have nothing that Devin should want. And he called out Lewis Crocker, so he disqualified. We're not looking for him right now. So that's put it into that narrative. Don't type no narratives in the chat. Type real talk, man. Talk some real boxing, fam. Ain't no ducking going on. Keyshawn to get to 47 when he get there. And I'm standing on this. And I guarantee y'all, if ever, I'm talking to all you Haney hoes. You know what I'm saying? Talking to all y'all. The day Keyshawn Davis step in the ring with Devin Haney is the day y'all gonna cry because he's gonna beat him. He's gonna beat him. It's gonna beat him. He ever decide to really get in there and stop playing and trolling, and you actually get in there with him, Keyshawn Davis gonna beat him, and y'all gonna be sick as hell. You feel me? Big shout out to the homie Boxing Dad. Appreciate the love, appreciate the support on the 10-piece, man. Getting it started. Shout out to my dog, man. Yep, I ain't listening to that. Haney don't have a fight right now. Yeah, let's move on, Haney's clan. Yeah, focus on 47, man. That's how down bad y'all is, man. That, you know, y'all want somebody to be ducking them, but the harsh reality is y'all don't got a leg to stand on right now. Y'all gotta hope that the $100 million thing take over the airwaves and distract people from the fact that y'all let not one, not two, but 3 unifications potentially pass you by, not made none of them, while your fans continuously make the argument and debate every day that you're a true welterweight, but you continue to call out lightweights and guys at 140 pounds that fought at 140 once. That's what you're doing. That's how down bad y'all are. And I love Devin Haney, the fighter. I support him. I think the hate that people have for him is, I think it's extra, but the narratives is something different. I level with everybody that's sick of the narratives that come from that camp. So again, big shout out to Devin Haney, one of the best pure boxers in the sport, one of the most accomplished young fighters in the game. When he fight, I watch him. I look forward to seeing him fight. I don't diss him. I don't think he boring, right? He ain't got you jumping and flipping about your seat, but I don't need that. I know what he brings to the table. Discipline, you know what I mean? Game planning, right? Being in shape, right? Being focused, fundamentals, the jab. I know what he brings. So I enjoy Devin when he fight, but We ain't about to do no imaginary duck stuff. Nah. You can duck somebody not in the same weight class, and you can duck somebody with no paperwork, no offers being sent, no none of that. I'm telling y'all right now, and y'all might not want to hear the unpopular opinion. One of the best things that happened to Devin Haney, whether y'all admit it or not, because y'all super duper fans, is the Bash brothers not moving up to 47 right now. Y'all better be glad that he's sticking around at 40. But don't worry, man. Y'all got plenty of time to hate. You know what I'm saying? Saturday will be here in no time. And y'all can sit there at the TV all swollen your chest with your, you know what I mean, air, or you know what I mean, chest all poked out, you know what I mean, lips all swole, like, you know what I mean, mad as hell at the TV, huffing and puffing and shit. You're going to be running around with an attitude, you know what I'm saying, while Keyshawn put belt to ass. And don't let all three of the brothers win. Shout out to DB3. Don't let all of DB3 win. I know y'all really going to be sick because y'all, it's sad that when you see a movement that is dope as what I think they got going on, people don't get behind it. Y'all rather try to trash him. Keyshawn would have fought Edwin De Los Santos. Man, he would have stopped his ass. He would have stopped his ass. That dude was coming off a hella inactivity. He ain't fought since Shakur, and he lost that fight. Now he fighting the other Bash brother, the demeanor one, the meaner version of the Bash brothers. Man, he was going to get stopped. He was looking slim as hell. It's a reason why they ain't let him fight. Telling you, it would have been dangerous for him. Keyshawn missed weight. He looked like a full-blown 40-pounder in that fight. He would have beat Edwin ass. I don't know where y'all get all this Edwin De Los Santos fake boogeyman shit from. Get what I'm saying? Truth be told, I ain't never known Edwin De Los Santos had this many fans till he survived Shakur Stevenson with one hand. That man got beat by Shakur with one hand on his worst night of his life, and he got cooked. And he ain't did nothing since but fight a guy at a catch weight that he knocked out in the first round. Now he about to fight Rayo Valenzuela. I hope you be tuned in with your pom-poms out when Edwin fighting him. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you there. You know what I'm saying? They said the YB stands. I'm telling you, bro, punch their cereal when they eat it. Hey, Reef, I'm telling you, milk everywhere, Reef. Punching milk everywhere. Boom, boom. And these damn Keyshawn Davises. I can't stand it. Baby, why you gotta watch this? Y'all gonna be mad at y'all girls. Y'all girls gonna be fans of Keyshawn when it's all said and done. I'm telling y'all that hating don't look good on y'all. Y'all gonna hate to the point y'all girl gonna want to know who this Keyshawn y'all be hating on. Let me see. She gonna turn that TV on Saturday. She gonna see Key putting that belt on Albright. I don't know why you hating, babe. That's wait till y'all girls catch on that y'all been hating on another man like that. Y'all gonna be sick. Y'all all gonna be on the couch. Absolutely, man. You about to see it over here too, MLC. We're gonna talk about that a little bit too. We got that in the description. Always, anybody that come in here, always read my descriptions. It's always plenty more in the description than it is in the title. And y'all hate watching with the likes is disgusting. Hit the like button, y'all. Come on, let's get 100 likes today. There's no reason why we shouldn't get 100 likes. We had over 16 hours of streaming. When we done with this stream, we probably had damn near over 20. You get me? We working. Hit the like button, y'all. Even hit the dislike button if you really a hater. But we gonna keep building, man. But shout out to the Boxing Boys. Yeah, man. August 1st, Zepeda and Lamont look like they gonna do their thing. Fight. You felt. Yop Sticks. You probably felt that way about Ryan Garcia too, and we get it. The Ostarine. He cheated. I know because he is a cheater, a piece of shit for that. But you probably thought he wasn't messing with him too. You probably said to yourself, "Yeah, he gonna walk through Loma. Loma ain't messing with him too, bro." What y'all, you know what y'all ignore? Y'all ignore pedigree and y'all ignore talent and skill set. Y'all think y'all fighter is the only one that's good. If I had to ask you, what is it that Keyshawn can't do in the boxing ring? What is it that he can't do? What is it that Haney could do that Keyshawn can't do? Seriously, and at a high level. I'm telling you, if he wasn't messing with him, hey, dig this. Yop Sticks, if he wasn't messing with him, why did they put him on the list to begin with? You ever ask yourself that? He was still at 135 pounds, and Devin Haney had him on his hit list. You ever ask yourself why? Because he knows where the talent is, man. He knows. That's what you, because that think about it. If he ain't messing with him, he just a waste of time. Why would Haney entertain it? Why would Bill be going back and forth? Why would his name make a hit list out of 10 fighters? Why would him, out of all the guys, not a dude at 140, not a dude in the same weight class, but a guy at lightweight, I'm gonna put out of my top 10 hit list. Know what I mean? Nah, man. Listen, we gonna talk because we talking this boxing. We gonna play this press conference too, but we build. Hit the like button, y'all. Support the bill, man. We building, we grinding, and we working. All right, man. Look, all this buddy stuff that you talk about, it's not what y'all making it seem. Y'all exaggerating. Y'all exaggerating it. You know what I'm saying? Look, if Shakur and Keyshawn Davis ever said, you know what, after friendship, yo, we gonna put it to the side and get this bag and fight, I will be front line and center to watch that fight. Trust and believe me, I'll be one of the advocates. I'll be talking about how great of a fight it's going to be and all that. But this buddy stuff that you're referring to is deeper than just buddy. And that's what people keep trying to act like it's not real. So let me just give you some context. They're mad at Shakur and Keyshawn Davis for not fighting each other, right? But they're not mad at Abdullah Mason for signing with Jay Prince after Shakur Stevenson, which would seemingly kind of eliminate that fight, right? So people are mad selectively. Keyshawn Davis was very clear about why he won't fight Shakur. I look at it like this. I'm not trying to say if you don't respect it, you fake, but it take real ones to understand. He said it, man. I love that dude. He was like, yo, that's why I love Shakur. He said, yo, he told the Olympic coaches when I was coming up to make sure they look at me. You know what I'm saying? He made sure that they knew who I was. He helped him get his career started. Period. We always talk about loyalty, right? Loyalty. Because, like, what's worse? You know, you get what I'm saying? Two people that's truly rocking with each other and showing loyalty, or somebody being fake. When I hear the word buddy, that's fake to me. Because when somebody's being buddy, that's fake. They not buddy. They broke bread together. They stayed under the same roof. The families know each other. He watched, for one of the first people in the hospital to watch this man's son be born, right? He said it, he was in a mental institution. The first person that checked on him when he was down is Shakur Stevenson. I don't like to keep repeating this and beating a dead horse, but I don't know what it is about these grown men that they can't respect about that. He's made his millions without ever having to fight Keyshawn. And guess what? Keyshawn is doing the very same thing. And they're like, I don't want this buddy. No, that buddy is fake. Them real brothers, bro. And if they ever decide to put that shit to the side and fight, I'm right there. And I'll take my money. But I'm tired of hearing about it. It's nothing fake about that, bro. You think about something. I said this yesterday. I said this a few times on the channel. People are more mad and they'll call what Core and Keyshawn got as fake, right? When we know it's not. That's as real as it comes. If I'm down and out, if I'm mentally not good and that man is checking on me, that's my brother. Ain't nothing buddy about that. If I'm trying to get my feet planted in boxing and he established first and he makes sure them coaches who ear and eyes he makes sure they looking at me. Ain't shit fake about that. If that man is there holding my son when he born, making sure I'm good and congratulating me, ain't shit fake about that. If that man is helping reel me in when I might be going off on the deep end, ain't shit fake about that. But y'all would love, y'all call people y'all brothers and sis all over YouTube, and you never met these people and broke no bread or nothing. It's not that deep, bro. It's so many other fights that these dudes can make outside of each other. They don't have to fight each other. It's just that simple to me, right? It's because I really understood it. Like, they explained themselves more than they had to. And it just, like I said, for the real get it. They like, man, some shit deeper than money. And it's that simple. They like, well, nah, if it's your brother, break bread. They broken bread, I'm pretty sure, on a different level other than having to punch each other in the face for it. So again, if their goal is to run up a bag in boxing and accomplish as much as they can without beating each other's ass, then so be it. But people are making more of it than what it really is. It's not that big a deal. Think about it. Y'all doing y'all math all wrong. Y'all saying they being buddy. So that's two people that y'all should be gunning for, trying to beat up. Line your favorite fighters up. Shakur made it clear from 135 to 140. Come get your issue. I don't want to hear nobody whining on the internet about how they won't fight each other and punch each other in the face. Go do something about it. They'll punch you in the face. You get what I'm saying? That's it. He said the only person he won't fight is Keyshawn. That is it. That's it. The rest of them guys in or around the weight class can get smoked, and they should all want to fight him. Y'all got 2 people y'all could try to beat up, and I call them the Bash Brothers, man. Hey, line it up. Line it up. I want to see them all. That's 2 people y'all could be beating up instead of crying about how they won't fight each other, because crying about it is not going to do it, right? So won't y'all go out there and beat one of them up? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Woo, you got an opportunity this weekend. Won't you take Keyshawn? Oh, you said you're going to make him look regular. Philly riding for you as they should, just like Norfolk is riding with him. But you're going to need more than Philly. You're going to need to grow an extra set of arms in there. Keyshawn beating you up come Saturday. And I mean that. I'm standing on it because that's what I believe. You getting beat up. You're going to put up a good fight because you are a good fighter. You come from a good background, a fighting background. You good. Your brother could fight, right? You confident. You're going to be in shape. You awkward. Like you bring that shit. You brought it the first time. You the only one that gave Keyshawn a majority decision. But I think that was a different version of what Keyshawn is now, respectfully. And I think it will show. I ain't got to beat y'all over the head to convince you. I ain't been wrong about this youngin' yet. And I don't think I'm going to be wrong Saturday. He be putting belt to ass, and then he be talking shit, being animated, calling your favorite fighter out. You know what I'm saying? Making your favorite fighter try to call his bluff, and they can't do it. That's why y'all holding on to that Devin Haney shit, man. I'm telling y'all, he'll mess around and beat that dude right now because of what he do well. I'm telling you. Shout out to Mike Ron, man. What's good? Mason beats Davis? No, the hell he don't. In my opinion, I could say that because it's only my opinion. Big Tex, what it do, homie? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Mason on Top Rank. Go look at Mason, who Mason fight, and he got more fights. They fight different level of competition, bro. Totally different level of competition right now. And if you being honest, they move them totally different. They went bringing smaller guys up from 126 and 130 for Abdullah Mason to punch on and knock out and make highlight reels on. Keyshawn ain't never fought an opponent with a losing record. I don't know how y'all could just anoint a guy without even having to prove themselves. Yeah, Abdullah got all the tools. But you know what? He don't got the pedigree Keyshawn got, nor the maturity, or the experience. He got more fights, but still don't got the experience. Y'all see quantity. Y'all don't see quality. Sam Noakes was a really good competitor. And look, I know it's hard for y'all to gauge, but imagine Keyshawn Davis fighting Sam Noakes. How would that fight look? Go ahead and tell me that Sam Noakes going to cut Keyshawn and be beating him and winning rounds. Go ahead and lie to yourself. He'd beat the hell out of Sam Noakes. They're different level of competition. They're different fighters. They signed over here on the same side and being moved differently. Abdullah Mason, truth be told, y'all need to be thanking Keyshawn for messing up because that created the path for Abdullah wide open for him to be exactly who he is now, a young champion, and he gonna have a hell of a run. I think so. Abdullah Mason, with more experience, is going to be extremely hard to beat. If they fought tomorrow, it'd be a great fight. But I'm not picking him to beat no Keyshawn. Keyshawn is proving it more. Think he's fought the better competition. Think he's obviously proven to be a better amateur fighter. He just fought at a different level. We be anointing guys because we see power and speed, and that's it. You get what I'm saying? Not slowing down the pace of the fight, fighting Sam Noakes fight instead of fighting your own fight. Keyshawn to destroy Sam Noakes, bro. That shit wouldn't even be close. It wouldn't be that kind of competitive fight and none of that. He'd beat the hell out of that dude. I'm telling you. And Top Rank know it. Putting him in there with no damn saying beat the shit. Let me be blunt. Shout out to the homie Blunt Square. He beat the shit out of Sam Noakes. For real. And I ain't saying Abdullah Mason ain't put hands on him because he did. But he took too much punishment unnecessarily because for the way y'all rating him, y'all saying, yeah, you know, I'm hearing he could beat Keyshawn and Shakur. I never hear nothing about Tank, but I hear he'll beat Keyshawn and Shakur right now. Would imagine what Keyshawn and Shakur both do to Sam Noakes. How many rounds do Sam Noakes win against Shakur Stevens? Get what I'm saying? Get the hell out of here, man. That level is different, and that's what y'all ignoring. Y'all, that dude young, and he ain't as experienced, man. That shit is different, bro. You're not getting in there and just doing what you want to know, Keyshawn. You get what I'm saying? If Sam Noakes had you fighting his fight, what you think Keyshawn gonna do? Come on, man. It's levels, man. I'm telling you, pedigree matters, bro. That's what y'all be ignoring. That's why they moving those dudes differently. Shout out to TD. What's good with it? The Objective fan, my dog A1. What's good with it? Bounce back in the building. What's good? Woo got better too. Look, debatable, man. I'm not gonna argue nobody's opinion. I respect all opinions. If you think Woo got better, I can't argue with you. That's what you seen, right? It's always a conversation with me, not a debate. And I don't sit up and disagree with people that state logically what they seen. If you feel like Woo is an improved fighter, no problem. That makes it better, a better win when Keyshawn scalped him on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? But for me, if Woo improved the way people are saying he did, then he don't get a draw with Frank Martin. Even though I still feel like he beat him, but I think he makes it decisive enough where he beats him, right? To me, that's me. Now, I know he beat Key's brother, but Key brother ain't as good as Key. Calvin is Calvin, and Keyshawn is Keyshawn, right? Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Good fight, but, you know, Albright did his thing. But it's just different, man. Frank Martin, step up, you know what I mean? Considered like a, 50-50 type of fight, and look what happened. You get what I'm saying? It was a draw. You get what I'm saying? I don't think Keyshawn draws with Frank Martin. I think he beats him as well. Get what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, man, that pedigree is going to be the reason why he stick around, man. He just got to stay focused, man. I'm telling you, these dudes been tested very early in their careers. They traveled the world. It's one thing when you win a medal and you don't transition from an amateur to a pro well, and you struggle and you end up looking like you was a better amateur than pro, but that's not the case for Keyshawn. It's easy to say, easy to see anybody that watched him as an amateur and watched his Olympic run, seen his professional fights, seen that his transition from amateur to pro was very smooth, and he had a pro style as it is, right? He's not going to be easy to beat. And I said this before, man, this is just a conversation. Tell me something that you think he can't do in the ring at a high level. That dude is well-rounded, bro. Telling you, when he be saying I could do it all, he not lying. He not just blowing smoke. If it was shit that I felt like he couldn't do, I would say it. I done seen this dude fight on the back foot. I done seen him take good punches, be defensively responsible. He barely lose rounds. I don't even know what we be talking about. You get what I'm saying? Imagine if Keyshawn Davis let anybody that he fought drop him twice in the same fight. What would we be saying about him? Imagine Shakur Stevenson get dropped twice in any fight he's ever had. Imagine what we'd be saying about him. We don't even set the bar the same way. If Abdullah Mason get dropped by somebody, I'm a realist and I'm just dude. So I'm going to say, yo, the dude had more knockouts than Abdullah had fights. You know what I'm saying? And Abdullah was being careless more so than anything, right? That's what I'm going to say. To somebody that's in love with him, oh, man, he was a dog, man. He got up, man. He finished the fight, da-da-da-da. Cool, no problem. No problem at all. I love that. But let Keyshawn Davis get dropped. It could be the same opponent, a different opponent. Let Woo drop Keyshawn twice and he get up and win. Watch him being dropped overshine him winning the fight. And he could stop Woo. I guarantee you they're going to be like, nah, but he got dropped twice, man. Nah, he chinny, you this, he that. I guarantee you start hearing it. Let Shakur Stevenson had a got in the ring with Teofimo Lopez and got dropped twice. Oh, my God. The internet will probably freeze for a few minutes. Then people will be tweeting and having so much negative shit to say about him, they wouldn't even know what to do, bro. You get what I'm saying? They wouldn't even know what to do. Telling you, man, I'm just proving the point. I love Abdullah. I have absolutely nothing negative to say at all. But all I'm telling y'all is people rate Abdullah on what you feel like he gonna be when he's a finished product, not what he is currently right now. Y'all act like it's no flaws. It's a perfect fighter. He beats established world champions. Yeah, he'll just get in there and beat Shakur right now. I rate him over Shakur. Yeah, he'll get in there. He'll beat Keyshawn right now. If that were true, man, Top Rank will be moving him a lot differently, in my opinion. In my opinion. Shit don't make sense, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Dudes don't even got to prove it to you no more. They one tough fight, and all of a sudden, he could beat Keyshawn. Sam Noakes, notice all that shit died down. Like Keyshawn's talk died down after that Sam Noakes fight. You know why? Because they seen Abdullah look human. He ain't have to get knocked down. They seen the fight look a certain way. Oh, he couldn't just blow him out. So you telling me he going to get in there with a much higher level guy, right? A much more proven guy. And he going to just do what with him? Stop him? What he going to do? Outbox him, right? Man, come on, man. Y'all got to be real. Do he got a chance at beating anybody he get in the ring with? Abdullah? Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody he get in the ring with, he got a chance at. And I won't tell you that. But to just anoint him without even seeing him have to prove it is my problem. And again, my point is very clear. If Shakur Keyshawn Davis, the guy that y'all rate Abdullah over, the guys that y'all rating Abdullah over, get dropped twice by anybody they fight, it's over. They trash, they chinny, they can't take a punch. That should have never happened. He ain't that good. They'd be shitting on Shakur defense. I thought he had the best defense. They'd be going crazy. The bar is not the same. When you see Abdullah get boom, boom, he get dropped, you like, yeah, man. Yeah, but he a dog, though. Nah, he dogged it out. When you see the Sam Noakes fight looking a little tough, and it looked tougher than what it should be, because we all know Abdullah Mason could have made that fight easier. He has the talent and the skill set to do it. But I think his mental wouldn't allow him to do it because he's hungry, he's young, and he's aggressive. And he just wanted to get in there and fight. And sometimes it's okay to take a step back, set some traps, set some shit up, take some air out of your guy, and then finish him. You don't got to be in a rush to eat your food, bro. Get what I'm saying? He get cut and all that. Let Shakur Stevenson fight anybody ever and get cut. Watch what y'all be saying. His defense ain't good. He tried. Let Keyshawn come out Saturday and get cut and still win the fight. I guarantee you, yeah, he got cut though, man. Albright was tagging him. The man won by a majority decision that should have been a unanimous decision for the real ones that watched the first fight, and y'all lost y'all minds. Albright, man, he arguably beat Keyshawn the first time. Y'all serious? He didn't win the first time, and he ain't gonna win Saturday. Belt to ass. BTA. Watch what I tell y'all. I don't want to hear nothing else. They're gonna be crying. They're gonna be complaining. Find something else to complain about. He gonna beat this kid up. Watch. No. That's why they already trashing the fight. Because they already know who's gonna win. If they really was confident in Albright, and they knew if they really was confident that Keyshawn wasn't good, they would be putting their money on Albright, who's a live underdog. This would be a good time to put your money on a live underdog. Don't sit up here and cry about how the fight ain't good and how he ain't good. Nah, bet on Albright then. Bet on Albright. Put your money on Albright and get paid. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what's about to happen. That's why y'all like, man, nobody asking for this fight. Nobody asked for it. Well, he's ducking Devin Haney. Yeah, I mean, Devin Haney at 47 struggling to get a fight, but he's still ducking him. Shut up. He got a whole damn fight lined up, and Devin Haney in a whole nother weight class. Stop calling out smaller fighters and focus on your weight class like Keyshawn is doing. Keyshawn said, hey, man, I ain't really want to fight this dude, but he kept hitting my people, so we answered the phone call. Your favorite fighter would never. Your favorite fighter don't even like to negotiate. It's my way or the highway. This dude out here, they make phantom offers and lie about negotiations and shit. We ain't trying to hear that. Thrill Hill, what it do, man? Shout out to my dog. I seen popping here behind the hands TV. I seen you popping here a minute ago, Brody. Everybody hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Support the grind. Big shout out to my dog, Dante's Boxing Talk, man. He said, keep grinding, bro, for that 25 in the Cash App. Always supporting the grind in the real way. Shout out to my homie, Dante. Appreciate you. Shout out to my guy, man. We gonna keep going. We ain't even get to the presser yet. I just like we warming up. We warming up. We gonna have fun with this one. Let them cry. Yeah, Keyshawn. Be mad. Y'all gonna be high. What kind of snacks y'all gonna be throwing at the TV Saturday? Y'all gonna be mad as hell. Hate watching. Side eyeing the TV and shit. You gonna be pissed off. Key gonna be in there. Knockout. You know what I'm saying? Albright sitting over there like, this is the rematch. He on his next Friday shit. And Keyshawn, this is the rematch. Key sitting over there like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Keyshawn got that Craig energy. You know what I'm saying? He like, yeah. You know what I mean? Today is a good day. You know? Got Keyshawn winning, but mad respect for Wu. I got mad respect for Wu. Nothing bad to say about Wu at all. Shout out to Elijah, man. Eric, my dog. What's good, homie? What's good? EJ Grant is in the building. What's good, Jay? Man, y'all hit that like button. Let's keep building, man. When the money there is nothing to say, but you know what it is. Yeah, man, put that money on the wood. Now, I've been watching people. Just understand me, y'all. When it comes to the Bash Brothers, I've been watching people be wrong about them for years at this point. Definitely Shakur, and they continue to be wrong about Keyshawn. So that like now that they know, because you just got to be a blind man at this point, or just don't watch the fights. That you know he can fight. You know, trying to convince your audience that he can fight is idiotic. But some of these people still got the balls to do it, right? You know he can fight, so you like, this fight ain't that good. You know, he already fought him. With Devin Haney, he ducking Devin Haney. Shut up. He had 140. He about to put the BTA. Y'all gonna be mad. Y'all gonna be punching the air. Y'all gonna be throwing throwing your dinner and shit at the TV. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be pissed off, man. You know what I'm saying? Just chill out, though. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be okay. He going to go out here. You know what I'm saying? He said it ain't unfinished business. It ain't personal enough for him. It's just another fight. They mad. He about to go out here and whoop Ric Flair ass. Woo! Woo about to get beat on. You hear me? Hit that like button, man. Shout out to Kaz, man. Blunt Sports, my dog, man. I was just said something about you earlier, man. We'll be in the building Saturday. Just shout out to the real boxing fans, man. My guy said he gonna be in the building Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Gonna watch that ass whooping live and in the flesh. Shout out to Blunt Sports, man. Listen, I don't know if you ever seen Keyshawn Davis fight live, but I've seen it at least 3 times. Man, I've never been bored, bro. I'm telling you, he always performed. He always performed. My last fight that I seen of his was Medueno. He was beating his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like Keyshawn really bring the belt. Like he don't just say the belt really be out. And now I think that he's more focused than he was the first time around with Albright. I think it's gonna get worse. I know the consensus is that Albright has improved. I won't argue with nobody if that's what you've seen. I'll say Albright has always been this kind of good, right? People just didn't maybe speak on it or acknowledge or give him credit for it, but he's always been good. Albright always been a good fighter. He's never not been good. I mean it. He's never not been good. You get me? So it just takes the right stage and the right opportunities for people to recognize it, right? So, but where was these Albright fans when he was fighting Jermaine Ortiz? I ain't hear nothing about him. You know what I'm saying? I hear nothing about him. But again, he took a loss there. You know what I mean? He bounced back. You get what I'm saying? And he lost to Keyshawn. He bounced back beating his brother. You know what I'm saying? He fought Frank Martin to tooth and nail and arguably beat him in the eyes of many. So he's gotten the right opportunities and he's taken advantage of them to a degree where now people are able to recognize his talent. So shout out to everybody that's rocking with Nahir Albright. The old fans, his day ones, and the new ones, man. It's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with somebody new catching on, right? Shout out to everybody that's rocking with Woo. Think he's a good fighter. I've been saying that. I ain't got my bad, y'all. That was Restream, man. This is probably my last month using Restream because it constantly do that, man. I don't like it. Keyshawn stopping him 6-8. You gotta see his best performance live. Word. He was beating his ass, man. He was beating his ass. Pardon me for the audio had cut out for a second, but yeah, man, he was styling on him. I seen that one. It's a clip that I used to play on StreamYard with Bomac saying Keyshawn, boom, boom. Like I was at that one. I forgot dude's name, but he stopped him, beat up Medueno, and then the other guy I watched him fight, he stopped as well. So I seen him get 2 stoppages and a good decision. Appreciate you, Kyle. Yeah, it was Restream. Like my connection just cut out just randomly for a minute and then pop back in. I don't know why it does that, but it do. I hate it. That's why y'all see me switching it up. And I was using StreamYard the other day because this little wonky and I don't like it. But let's keep going, man. So like I said, man, it's been a lot of hate for one half of the Bash Brothers. Really both of them, but half of the Bash Brothers gonna be in the ring Saturday, man. So y'all might as well get y'all haterade ready, man. Y'all gonna be punching the air. Y'all gonna be punching the air that night. I'm telling you. They're gonna be like, come on, Nahir. Let's get him, Woo. Keyshawn gonna be over there talking about knockout. You know what I'm saying? Knockout. Let's get to it though. Let's get into some of this press conference though, man. I've talked long enough. Let's get into some of it. and I'm only going to cover their portion of it, because that's the part that people really wanted to see, right? All right, everybody, make sure y'all sped up in the chat. Make sure y'all ain't minutes behind, because I've been noticing. I don't know what it is, but it's been like that lately. People be like way behind in the chat. I don't know if that's YouTube or what, but let's get to it though, y'all. It was going at it. This was a good one, man. This was solid. You know what I mean? I didn't expect Keyshawn to go too crazy. He been trying to come off as more locked in and disciplined, and I like it because he ain't overselling it. And I say this all the time, man. It's one thing when these guys oversell, underdeliver, we hate it. We hate it.
40-pound division, while Nahir Albright wants to prove he belongs
Shout out to
in
Fight
this
Hub.
weight class among the top fighters, and maybe settle an old score along the way. A lot of history between these two guys, a lot of bad blood, and we're going to get into some of it up here this afternoon. This fight, of course, promoted by Top
A1, my guy,
in
appreciate you.
association with Rodney Rice's RDR Promotions and Throwback Boxing. A reminder, the tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com, and if you can't be there, you can watch it live and exclusively on DAZN. So I want to get into it with the fighters right away, and I want to start with the co-main event. I want to look to my right with Brian Norman Jr. Brian, you took a loss your last time out against Devin Haney. You made some changes. You have a new head trainer in your corner, Ronnie Shields. How sharp are you feeling? How different are you feeling coming into this fight?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I've been loving the process, loving the journey, and made to this team. I'm just ready to show what I learned during this time.
So what will be different on Saturday about Brian Norman Jr.? What are some of the things that you've been working on with Ronnie Shields?
Pace and mindset behind what you're doing pretty much. So just being more smooth and cool when you get in the ring, and go out and just let the game come to you pretty much.
You know, it's always a tough decision to make any change within your team. You and your father, of course, were a pretty formidable team winning that world championship. What was it that made you believe that you needed that new voice in your corner?
Shoot, we still a team. It's about what's in you, not what's on you. So, Brian Norman Jr., that's what's in me all day long. So, I just feel like I need to go out, get some more experience real quick. You know, got my dog Ronnie right here with me, and we're learning and growing each and every day.
You told me earlier, Dad.
I'm telling you, bro. Talk about being happy for somebody. Shout out to CJ. What's good, man? I hope all is well with you too, bro. Shout out to my dog, man. Good to see you, man. Am I tripping? I'm the only one hearing the audio clipping. Is anybody having an issue with the audio? Anybody? Let me know. Let me know. But look, like I was saying, man, I think this is one dude that you truly could root for, man. One of the most genuine fighters that you will have an opportunity to talk to. This dude is just, I don't know, man. He cut from a different cloth, man. Very genuine, very authentic. And that doesn't mean, some people will be like, well, he said he was going to do this in this fight. That's different. But when it comes to being on point and being on business, answering questions honestly and in the right way, not dancing around it and being straightforward, man, this is what he is. He got the right guy in his corner, and you say good now. Said it was choppy. Came in, it was choppy. I don't know. I hate y'all. I'm so tired of what's the name, man. But let me see something real quick. Let me do this. Hopefully this fixes it for a second. Let me do this. Y'all. Plug my microphone in. I need. That's a little bit better, y'all. But again, man, Brian Norman being back, it's good to see. Took a loss. It's not going to define his career. I like how he answered that question, because, they're going to be quick to ask him about why he left his dad. They was a team. He's saying they still a team. That Norman is in him. You know what I'm saying? So him and Pops is cool, but he felt like a guy like Ronnie Shields could elevate and get him to the next level. And I like how honest he was about that. And the same thing with Earl Spence. Y'all seen the video I played with Earl Spence. Earl said, he said, I bet. Yeah, it was Earl that said, appreciate you, A1. Jordan, what's good, my guy? It was Earl that said, you know, he felt like he went as far as he can go with Derek James. And he felt like Ronnie, you know what I'm saying? Have him elevating his game, working on some different stuff. You know what I mean? It's hard for guys to be that honest with themselves. But Earl said, man, what improvements have I made? You know what I mean? The whole time, I pretty much fight the same. And that was one of the criticisms that people had, not only for Derek James, but they had for Earl Spence, like his style, he the same. And that's why they were saying that, you know, that's why they were saying that, you know, Crawford was going to beat him. Way more versatile, you know, different style. You know, Earl just too basic. That's what some people said. So it ended up, you know, not going in his favor. Oh, yeah, bet. I appreciate you. If it go out again, y'all just let me know if the audio mess up. I had plugged my mic in just now, so we might be a little better off with that, but we'll see. Appreciate you.
In the building on Saturday. I'm guessing he's going to be vocal in the building on Saturday.
You know, you can't help that. That's my dog.
You won a world championship. You've been a world champion at 147. Is the motivation just to become a two-time champion? Is there a different motivation this time around?
Of course, I got that chip on my shoulder, but it's all about just going out there, being yourself, and doing what you do. Take each fight at hand. So right now, May 16th, that's all I'm focused on. Whatever comes next, that comes next. But May 17th is not a promise. All we're focused on is May 16th.
You have said you want to fight any of the world champions out there at 147, but how much are you motivated by the potential of that rematch with Devin Haney?
Of course, I'm motivated by that, but once again, May 16th.
All right, looking forward to that. Josh Wagner, caught up with you a bit in the lobby, man. You're about as energetic as they come. You're ready for this opportunity. You told me that you hope that his team was watching your last fight where you took that loss. You said that's not a representation of you. Why are you going to be different on Saturday?
First off, I want to say thank you to Top Rank for giving me this opportunity.
Appreciate you, Kyle.
Brian for taking the fight. I know I'm coming in as a B-side, but like he said, I'm very energetic about this fight. My last loss was in the UK against Harlem Eubank, a top-level fighter. I want to show that I belong here at the top of the level of 147 division. And
My bad, y'all. I heard how that sounded, so I tried to start it over. Hopefully, it don't sound like that again. I listened to it on my end. I hate how that sound. Let's see.
Advantages are in this fight.
like I said, I think my advantage is I'm being overlooked. You know, they think they're going to run right through me, and that ain't happening. You know, I can.
All right, looking forward to that. Josh Wagner, caught up with you a bit in the lobby, man. You're about as energetic as they come. You're ready for this opportunity. You told me that you hope that his team was watching your last fight where you took that loss. You said that's not a representation of you. Why are you going to be different on Saturday?
Sound like that. Let me switch it. I know what I'll do. I'll do it this way. It ain't like it was something so crazy in the visual, but it gotta be that video. But I'll do it like this. I'll just play the audio.
So, of course, at 147, but how much are you motivated by the potential of that rematch with Devin Haney?
Of
course, I'm motivated by that, but once again, May 16th.
All right, looking forward to that. Josh Wagner, caught up with you a bit in the lobby, man. You're about as energetic as they come. You're ready for this opportunity. You told me that you hope that his team was watching your last fight where you took that loss. You said that's not a representation of you. Why are you going to be different on Saturday?
First off, I want to say thank you to Top Rank for giving me this opportunity. Brian for taking the fight. I know I'm coming in as a B-side, but like he said, I'm very energetic about this fight. My last loss was in the UK against Harlem Eubank, a top level.
Yeah, it's something. It's restreamed on that, and that's terrible.
Fighter. I want to show that I belong here at the top of the level of 147 division, and there's no better fight than this. Former world champion. I can't wait to showcase my skills. And like I said, they're expecting me to fight on the back foot, box and move, but they got another thing coming towards them. So it's going to be a hell of a night, and I'm just happy to be a part of this.
All right, he's saying they expect him to be on the back foot and move, but that ain't how he coming. So he basically saying he coming to fight. He got some height over Brian Norman. I don't know if y'all seen the face off. Hopefully I was able to catch this earlier, but he has some height over it. But height don't fight, but reach could teach. But the way he talking, Brian Norman ain't gonna have to go looking for him, and that's right in B Norm's wheelhouse. So I mean, it'll give him an opportunity to maybe showcase some of the things he's polished and worked on since he's been linked up with Ronnie. But definitely a chance for him to look good, I think, too. So again, dude better pick his poison and be careful picking it, because Norman, man, anybody that could punch 6 weeks up out of a person memory is dangerous. I don't care what nobody say. So hope they ain't fooled and blinded by the Devin Haney fight. You know what I'm saying? I think this will be his opportunity to make a statement, get back on the winning side of things, and start, inching back to a world title.
Pass it back to you in a second. That's a guy with great power at 147. We've seen it on the championship level. What do you think your advantages are in this fight?
Like I said, I think my advantage is I'm being overlooked. They think they're going to run right through me, and that ain't happening. I can fight, I can box, I can move. I got a good chin. I got stopped once to the body, and that ain't happening again. And I'm just happy to be here, and I'm just happy to showcase my skills. And Brian Norman's got something for Saturday night.
I ain't gonna lie. Saying you got a chin followed by I got stopped once to the body, but that's never happening again. Bro. Bro was like, yeah, I got a chin, but I got stopped once to the body, but that's never happening again. You try to run through that like we just catch it. Yeah, man. So it ain't your chin that beat Norm. So damn, you could be stopped to the chin and the body is what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? Because B Norm he could target the body. Okay, and he tall. That's what I'll do. You tall, I'm going on the targeting the torso, bro. I can't wait to see Brian Norman back though, because we're known to count fighters out and write them off after a loss, man. Even if they lost to a world-class talent like a Devin Haney, we still ready to write them off, and that's crazy. So I'm glad that he back.
Brian, do you think he's going to come to bang with you? Do you think he's going to come stand and trade with you?
I can't predict what another man may do, but I know I'm ready for any and everything. So whatever he got planned, I'm ready for that.
You've got great height, Josh, in this weight class. How important is it to you to assert that, to use that to your advantage?
Yeah, I feel like I'm a big welterweight. So, of course, I'm going to try and use that to my advantage, my size, my distance, my lateral movement, and, of course, that money jab. So I'm just excited for all this, man.
What do you think people are going to be saying?
It's funny because he's saying, like, about lateral movement and boxing and moving, but you just said they think you're going to be backing up and moving all night. They got another thing coming. So which one you going to do? Are you coming to box? You coming to fight? But I think, you could always do both, mix it up, because I think that would be smart. But we'll see, because in one instance he sounded like he want to bring the fight to him, and then the next instance he sounded like he want to kind of showcase his boxing skill. And you got stopped by a guy to the body over there in the UK. Yeah, this B Norm smoke about to be different.
After this fight?
They're going to be saying, "Who the hell is Josh the Boss Wagner?" And we want to see him fight again.
All right, looking forward to that. Great fight in the co-main event on Saturday. And now let's turn to the main event. The history between Keyshawn Davis and Nahir Albright goes back to 2023 when they fought in Texas. It continued last year where there was the altercation in the back of Scope Arena, all of which has led us here to this fight today. And here, I want to start with you. Around this time last year,
he's saying like take his time, let the fight come to him more. So I expect him to be. I expect him to be, and I don't expect him to be emotional either, Kyle. He admitted that being too emotional in that Haney fight, and it cost him. He fought like it too. Fought like a guy that was a bit, like eager to get rid of his guy. You know what I'm saying? And it could have went bad. It could have went worse, but I think that's a fight like that. That type of loss, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's one you could come back from and learn from. That's what I think. And I feel like he got the right coach to do it with.
you got into the fight in the ring with Kelvin Davis, and then you got into another one in the back after the fight. You called for this fight immediately after that. How do you feel now?
Mag 7, they say that every time Shakur and Keyshawn fight, they say the ticket's not selling. Every single time. I literally watch people make videos saying Shakur and T.O. was flopping, and we see how that went. So I don't even pay it no mind, bro. The best thing is just tune into the fight, bro. I doubt if it flop. I seriously doubt it.
Oh, it's finally here.
It feels amazing. First of all, I want to thank Jesus for me being here. I want to thank my coaches, RDR Promotions, everybody who helped me, get this opportunity. I feel great. I'm ready. I'm in shape. It's feel great.
When you look back at that night and how things played out, how do you feel about it?
My bad, y'all. They keep asking about this shit.
I mean, that night, I would say it definitely was like unfortunate, I just did my thing. I did my thing that night. And he came to my room. And they let me enjoy. I didn't get a chance to really enjoy the night that I worked so hard for, you know what I'm saying? So it feels good to be able to get that back in the ring.
How much does that night and what happened there motivate you going into this one?
I mean, it motivates me a lot. I'm here.
I mean, he did fight like Frank Martin his last fight, so like keep bringing that up. Like he fought Frank Martin his last fight.
Why we're here though? We're here for this reason.
He's here because he did a great job against Frank Martin, and he kept calling my peoples, and we answered his phone call. That's why we here.
We'll hear a little bit of the history too. It's part of the story.
Nah, Key, I feel Key. I know Manning's doing his job, bro. I get that. But he tired of hearing about this shit because he like, bro, we fighting now. There's no need to keep rewinding back to that. How many times you going to ask him what happened? He ain't really saying nothing. Look, all that's going to be water under the bridge. When he put hands on him in the actual fight Saturday, that's what's really going to matter. That's what the people going to remember. Get what I'm saying? That's what the people going to care about. You know what I'm saying? The most. Right? You know what I'm saying? That they going to care that, they actually going back in there and getting it in again. And like I said, for me, I think that mattered more than anything. He said, "Woo, got one fan out there, screaming, going nuts." Look, he in for a tough fight, bro. He in for a tough fight, man. And look, I hope he bring it. I hope he's in the kind of shape that he's saying. Because I think the better he is, the better Keyshawn has to be, right? That's the logical way to think about it. So I expect him to bring it, and I think that'll bring the best out of Keyshawn. That's all we want to see.
You did mention the Frank Martin fight. Very competitive draw you had against Frank. What do you think you showed people in that fight?
I mean, I just showed a glimpse of who I am. You know what I'm saying? Even that night, I could bring more to the table, but I just showed the world, a glimpse of my talent. And they're going to continue to keep seeing it.
You have Keyshawn has unquestionably improved since that fight you had in 2023. He went on to win a world title. He got a big win at 140 pounds, stopped Jermaine Ortiz. How much think you've improved since 2023?
I mean, I improved a lot. I got stronger, faster. My IQ improved, everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to show Saturday night.
How do you think this fight ends on Saturday?
With Nahir Albright with his hand raised. That's it. I'm going to get my hand raised Saturday night. And the whole world going to see it. The whole world going to see it. It's cool. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can laugh. Y'all can do all that. But Saturday night, y'all going to see.
But Keyshawn, you were looking for big things after that win over Jermaine Ortiz. Big names, title fights. How are you feeling with this fight in front of you now?
I'd like to thank God that I'm here, that we all here, made it safe. To my Lord Jesus Christ, thank you. And how I'm feeling, man, I'm happy, man. I got another opportunity to perform on these bright lights. Last 3 opponents, I stopped them. Nobody stopped these opponents that I fought, and he gonna be another opponent that I stopped.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
He was stopping people before he fought me last time. What happened? He ran into me, and I made him look regular. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be the same thing.
Do you think he made you look regular back in 2023?
It's 2026, so that really doesn't even matter. I got a win over him, and they decided to take it back. So again, I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna knock him out in 2026.
Okay.
And look, I don't think he made him look regular. He didn't have his best night. You could credit Albright for some of that. You know what I'm saying? For sure, because he was in there fighting. But I think he definitely showed separation in the fight. I never thought it should have been a majority decision. I always thought that was bogus. I didn't think the fight was that kind of close. I thought competitive, yes. That close, no. Majority decision, close, no. But good thing about boxing is rematches exist. And the fact that they had a little bit of backstory, some history there where, you know, it gave us an extra reason to want to see the fight, right? Usually when somebody has something going on outside the ring, you want to see them settle it inside the ring, right? Especially with it being changed to a no contest and then him going on to beat Kelvin, his older brother. So the backstory set this up for this to be a good fight. And I hope people get behind it and support it. I don't see why not. If you pissed off about Keyshawn, then you should have no problem supporting Nahir Albright, right? Right? Or you should have no problem supporting Brian Norman Jr. or anybody else on the card. So it's worth it. I hope they sell out. I hope it sell out. You know what I'm saying? I do. I hope it do well. I want to see a great fight between these two.
This show, Keyshawn's titled Unfinished Business. Do you think there is unfinished business between you two?
I mean, nah. I feel like this is just a boxing game. You know, we here to fight. We here to sign contracts and fight, and that's exactly what we did. Like, it's not personal. It's not unfinished business. I'm gonna knock Wu out.
You're not knocking me out, bro. Okay. We're gonna see Saturday.
Is that confidence, Keyshawn, from how much improvements you've made since 2023? Like you said, that was 3 years ago. You've done a lot since then. You've become a world champion since then. You stopped Baranchik. You stopped Jermaine Ortiz. Do you feel like, is your confidence that you're going to stop this man coming from the growth that you made?
God willing, I'm going to get the stoppage. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like anybody that's stepping in the ring with me, I'm going to stop him. Like, every time y'all ask me, yo, would you fight him? I say, yeah, and I'm going to stop him. That's just how I feel. I just feel like I can stop anybody that get in the ring with me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Wu is another opponent. He's going to get in the ring with me.
It's not happening, bro.
And
It's not happening. It's not happening. Everything Keyshawn Davis says to me, it goes full circle.
He did,
He said
towards the end, like maybe 8th round.
What happened? Time went on. He retired. The first fight, he said, I'm going to knock out Wu. He didn't knock me out. He said his brother was going to knock me out. What happened? I handled his brother. Everything comes full circle. He said, I'm going to be on SportsCenter. He was on SportsCenter for what he did for, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to even talk about, but he was on SportsCenter. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just going to see Saturday night.
Yes. Yeah, them couple fans clapping. Yes. You know, I was about to tell a bad joke, and it'd be 1 or 2 people that clap. That's what it sounds like right there. That yes, you can hear that distinctly. That's 2 people out there. That's 2 people clapping. Shout out to Wu though, man. You got some people out there with him, but he was popping it a little bit. That stuff did happen to Keyshawn, and he is in a position where everything could change for him with a win. So that has to motivate you. Like, everything changes. You get in here. You could beat both of you. Could beat 2 of the DB3 brothers. Man, You know, so from a motivational standpoint, I know he got to be ready and confident. Like, yeah, man, I know I could change my career with this. But like I said, you ain't even running into the business, man. It's the amazing now, so shit crazy. Yeah, probably his family for sure. But nah, he definitely deserves support, and I get why it would be like that. He on enemy soil. You know what I'm saying? He did say they was telling him, you know, not to let him train in the gyms out there. So, you know, but he said he in shape and he gonna be ready. So let's see it.
Keyshawn, you said full circle. Full circle. He was telling me. He told me when I fought Kelvin. He told me when I fought Kelvin. He said, he was like, get off my stage. Get off my stage. This is my show. Now look where God has ordered me. I'm on the show. Main event. Full circle.
Hell no, low key. They putting him in there so Keyshawn could do even better than what he did the first time. And I'm pretty sure everybody on Keyshawn's side feel like that's the case. But Wu's supposed to feel the way he feel. Look, it's coming. It's coming full circle, and I know he gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get what he looking for. You know. He's gonna get what he's looking for at swooping, man. Ass whooping. He got them people out there cheering, they excited. You know what I'm saying? He is having a full circle moment, but the full circle is gonna be him losing, I think, ultimately to oh, my bad, y'all. So let's get back to this, man. Hold on. Give me a second. Saying full circle. I like what he's saying though. He's speaking the right way. He ain't talking like silly trash. He ain't overselling it. He just like, look, man, I've been grinding. They counted me out. He said he was gonna knock me out before. He didn't. He beat him, but it don't count. Since then, he's fought his brother. He's beat his brother. He's had a fight with Frank Martin. Everybody's seen what he's capable of doing at the highest level, and he get a chance to prove it again. Keyshawn is going to be a whole other thing. I think we get more answers about Keyshawn in this fight, maybe some more about Albright. And I definitely think for what it's worth, not to do like a triangle theory kind of thing, but I think Keyshawn, with the way he fight and win this fight, can show you the difference between him and Frank Martin. Not saying 100%, oh, he getting it with Frank Martin, he just beats him. But you get my point. He going to show y'all the difference. It's not going to be no damn draw. He ain't going to struggle. He ain't going to be getting buckled all over the place and damn near stopped. Now he ate a good shot the last time. I ain't gonna lie. He got bucked, but that was light. I didn't see him like wobbly and you know what I mean. He just got stung. You know what I mean. Quick stun and he tied him up real quick and then went right back to work. You know, with Frank Martin, you seen the legs all over the place and you know it looked like at any minute he could go. He didn't get Keyshawn like that, and I think he'll be even more on point this time. I expect him to be, but Wu is tricky. So he gonna get his in there because he gonna fight and he want to win. And again, you giving me a second time to run it back with a Keyshawn Davis level talent, man. I'm doing everything in my power to beat this dude. So I know that got to be his way of thinking. Got to be.
Keyshawn, you did say he has fought since then. He fought Frank Martin. What did you think of how he fought against Frank?
Shit, honestly, I haven't beaten Frank. I thought he was going to beat Frank. I told my people's bet on Wu. I think Wu going to beat Frank, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I went back and watched the fight. I thought he beat Frank, you know, but it was a close fight, and I think he did a great job against Frank. He did his best, you know, but I just feel like both of them not on my level, you know, and I'm not
I already showed him on your level.
I'm not here to...
You're being delusional.
I'm not here to, you know...
I don't know, though. I mean... He competed for sure, but I don't know if losing by a majority. I don't think it should have ever been a majority decision, but I don't think losing the fight is exactly showing I mean, I guess to a degree, I get it. Because you competed. It ain't like he got ran out of the ring. It ain't like you walked away feeling like, oh, they should have never made that fight. I get it. You know, but I think it could be more separation potentially in this fight. But Wu got an opportunity to make it even closer, if not win it, right? But I just don't see it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why Keyshawn keeping his energy. He ain't trying to oversell it and under-deliver. But I think he know what the job is. The job is to get rid of this dude. Yeah, patient assassin. I think he's gonna get it done.
We'll go back and forth. But we all know whatever, right? You can say whatever you want to say. I'm gonna knock your ass out Saturday.
Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
So do you think he showed any sort of improvement in that fight? You said you picked him to win.
Yeah.
So you gave him that respect. Do you think he showed you anything that's going to be different than what you saw a few years ago?
I don't know. We got to wait and see. I'm not underestimating none of my opponents. You know what I'm saying? And he's a guy that I already fought before, so I can't underestimate him neither, But again, Keyshawn is mentally, physically stronger. And Saturday is going to show. May 16th. Make sure y'all get there early. He's talking now. He can win this battle right here. But when it all really matters, it's Saturday night, and we're going to see.
Okay. Last one for you, Keyshawn. Last time out, you were the first person to stop Jermaine Ortiz. You left no doubt at the end.
He lost to Jermaine.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
You stopped him.
Styles make fights.
And I did what?
You stopped.
Styles make fights.
He did what?
Styles
he
make
lost
fights.
to him. Okay. But
Styles.
You know what be blowing me, yo? I think we getting to the point where we starting to overuse that saying, Styles make fights. I get it, but what are you saying? You lost to him, and Jermaine Ortiz's style is something better than what Keyshawn's is, and that's why, you get me? I get it, but I don't at the same time, because you lost to both of them when it's all said and done. So I don't think Styles make fights was the right thing to say. I don't know. He beat you with that style, and Keyshawn beat you with his. And I think it's gonna be a repeat, but just better. Damn, my bad.
Okay, keep fights.
You left.
They made it when I fought Kelvin. That's cool. They made it with that. They made it with that.
I ain't gonna lie, he definitely lost saying that. It made it with Kelvin. They not the same fighter, and I mean that in the most respectful way. They're not the same talent. They're not the same fighter, yo. For real, for real. The fact that you said that, you lost. You lost. It made it with Kelvin. You didn't make it with Keyshawn, though. I can see if you had a Frank Martin moment in a Frank Martin kind of fight with Keyshawn, I get it. But it wasn't that. It wasn't debatable and none of that. The only people that even thought it was debatable is people that don't like Keyshawn.
Made it with that.
Keyshawn,
You made it with Kelvin. Who better remember that it was Keith, fight. He had stomach issues before that. He was smoking and everything. No Bomac. Now no more smoking. Stomach issues is taken care of. He training and locked in. I think he gonna put up a different performance.
No doubt in that fight against Jermaine Ortiz. This is the kind of fight that you believe you will leave no doubt in as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was no doubt the first time I fought him. No cap. Everybody knew I won. You know what I'm saying? And
true.
That was one of the worst fights I ever had, honestly. But now it's 2026, and I know who I got up against me. I know who I'm fighting. I seen it when you fought Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? He just another opponent to me. And I'm gonna stop him. Just watch. I'm gonna stop him.
All right.
Businessman ain't going. He like, man, I'm gonna stop this dude. Yeah, man, that 8-2 his ass. That's why I say I never seen no damn what they call it, majority decision. I was like, what? I thought he competed, but no, he never was in control of the fight. I was like, bro, well, nah, I ain't seen no majority decision, bro.
Last word.
All glory to God for this victory, May 16th.
All right, we're excited about that. Saturday night.
Praising God for a loss ahead of time is crazy. You said praising him for a victory. I get it, you got speaking into existence, but you about to lose to me. And I mean that in the most humble way. I just think it's a difference in level of skill and talent. And that's what's going to show.
Scope Arena tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. You want to get them. I think this is going to be a fantastic fight. Tremendous co-main event as well. Tremendous undercard. A lot of great fights on this card on Saturday, headlined by Keyshawn Davis against Nahir Albright, Part 2. We're going to face these guys off and looking forward to seeing everybody at Scope Arena on Saturday.
Key was telling him to knock you out. Yeah, I hated that the video did that to y'all. Hopefully, the other ones, because I got some other stuff to play. Hopefully, we don't have that kind of issue, because that was different. That was weird for it to be the audio. So my apologies, y'all. I hate bad audio. Particular video was skipping like that. So hopefully we can get that situated. But yeah, man, co-main in the main event is what I'm looking forward to the most, man. It's always good. It's always fun to watch Keyshawn, and Brian Norman is my guy, another guy I like to watch. And I love to see guys go through something and then bounce back. And that's the position Brian Norman is in. He's easy to be counted out because people don't be true, genuine supporters, man. They'll support you as long as you winning and looking good. The minute you take that loss and it start looking different for you in there, man, they be off to the next guy. So Brian Norman, man, I can't wait to see him make his return, and hopefully he had the kind of performance that he looking to get under Ronnie Shields, man. You know what I mean? We get to see it, get the peek at what they've been working on in there, man, in the gym. So hopefully we don't have this issue no more, y'all. I'm hoping. That was a cool little sit down, you know. Keyshawn staying more reserved, right? No more people probably expected a different energy, but nah, he told him what he needed to tell him. Told him he gonna knock his ass out. Wu ain't going. Wu like, nah, you ain't knocking me out. Keyshawn like, I'm knocking you the hell out, dude. Getting you up out of there, B. So it was a pretty solid presser, you know. And we just a couple days away. Then you got the weigh-ins, tomorrow, and then the fight. And everybody, I hope everybody is rooting against Keyshawn and saying the Wu stuff is confident enough that they're gonna bet some damn money. Why wouldn't you win some money? Keyshawn ain't that good, and Wu got better and all that, right? He beat Frank Martin. Remember, they was saying Frank Martin to beat Keyshawn, right? So go on ahead and put some money down on Albright as the underdog. I know it got to be some good money on him out there and lose. This is gonna get. All right, let's keep rolling though, man. Something else I wanted to talk about, man. I know y'all seen it. Now, I know this fight can't happen, but we seen this. I knew this. I knew this had the chance of spiraling into a little back and forth when I seen the way Shock Foster was so open about what he thought about Richardson Hitchens as a fighter, man, calling the dude scary and stuff like that. And saying he got to get pumped up to spar certain guys, man. Shock went in. And it's funny because Shock did that without even trying to go in. I don't even think that was his intention, but he just said what he believed to be true. I'm saying he questioned Hitchens and his heart and all that stuff, man. Shock was like, man. Then, Hitchens had to respond, man. This got a little funny. Sean fought like Terrence Crawford. Yeah, he got that energy like Crawford. He got that mean streak in him. Keyshawn be trying to stop dudes. I hope this don't hell, man. What's up with this app today, man? And he said he got way more heart. This was him responding to Shock Foster. Remember, I played this video yesterday, y'all. He was going at he really was talking about Ray Ford and the Shakurs, but then it kind of segued over into the Richardson Hitchens talk. And he was saying how Hitchens is like a scary guy. Let me see if I got that little short clip in here where he was talking about Hitchens. He was going in a little bit. Hitchens ain't take too kindly at that talk from Shock, man, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see something. I don't know. Shock not a small 30-pounder. I know Hitchens going up at 47, though, so I don't see the fight happening, but interesting to see these two go back and forth, man. But Shock doubled down, man. He said Hitchens is a scary dude. And, Hitchens' name been in all over the place lately. Hopefully this ain't skipping. Let me know if this audio is good on this, too, y'all. Shock funny, to get under people's skin. He was pissing Hitchens off bad. Hitchens ain't.
So you called them the Avengers. What do you make of all the excellent work he is getting in the gym with Richardson Hitchens and Shakur Henry.
I call it the Avengers. I said it. Look, they act like they act. What's up with the videos today, man? It's really strange. It's kind of weird, and it's making me not, it's kind of making me not want to finish the live. I ain't gonna lie, it's pissing me off a bit. You know what I do? End up coming back, man. I might come back, y'all. Let me see. I don't like this audio being like this, man. I don't like it. Let me see. Maybe we can still get through it. But look, y'all, Shock Foster and Hitchens exchanged words based off that interview. Shock's not a small guy at 30, but I don't see him going to 47. You know what I'm saying? I think he got the frame for it, but I don't think I mean, why go all the way up there for seats, right? But what I really do want to see is how he gonna look with Ray Ford. Did he take his eye off the ball at all? I don't think he did. I think he locked in and focused. Ray Ford got a tough fight on his hands. Shock got some attributes about him that's gonna make this a difficult fight for a guy, shorter reach, shorter guy. Get what I'm saying? You got to close the gap. Then you in there with a guy with IQ, long arms, rangy with a good jab that can box really well and move, make it hard for you, right? Make it difficult. So I want to see how that fight play out and what fight Shock can get after. We all know the fight that he wants. I mean, if you ask me, bro, I'm not against it. Shakur said fight, what'd he say? Fight bitch. And he's saying, he will fight him. Fight Savage first. I know a lot of people gonna hold him to it. I don't know. We'll see it, but I'm not against it, especially if he win in impressive fashion. If he win, period, I still would want to see the fight. But impressively, it's definitely gonna make me want to see the fight even more. Get what I'm saying? Tell Shock used to people talking about his looks. Africa called him ugly. I went right into cooking Africa, right? Yeah, he ain't really Reef stupid. Yeah, he ain't really care about none of that, right? He kept talking about his looks at alien this, alien looking boy, this, that, whatever. Hitchens was talking about, but I like Shock, bro. He would be tough to deal with, and he got the confidence to go in there and hit a guy like a get what I'm saying, Richardson Hitchens. If that dude was anywhere near the weight class, he'd definitely be talking about fighting that. The only reason that's not the case because he at gonna be at 47 now, so I think Shock probably tap out at 40. Yeah, I don't really see the 47, especially with 31, 32, one of them. He say he a young 32 though, so you never know. Never know, but I know what fight he gonna call for if he get the opportunity to, and I'm gonna be locked in. We more than likely we call that fight too, so we gonna call this weekend's fight. We gonna call his fight as well. Why not? We gotta call their fights, but I have some more videos I want to get to, but it seemed like Restream won't let me be great. Play the actual video on the stream, which sucks. But we don't have to see it, but I kind of wanted y'all to see this, though. But we're going to get to it. We're going to still try to get through this live stream, y'all. My apologies for the whack-ass audio. But, yeah, man, Hitchins is a good fighter, man. I think he just got to put some wins in the bank, some solid wins in the bank, beat somebody of note, of substance. The Cambosis thing wasn't going to do it. I knew that wasn't going to do it. Duarte, I think people made more of an issue about that because he didn't make it to the fight and he pulled out so late. I don't think nobody really was expecting Duarte to be able to beat Hitchens, man. But I think it looked a certain way when he ended up pulling out. But I know he would have beat that dude. That dude got a bit of a gift, and he got saved in his fight to me. I thought he lost. I thought Angel Ferreira was putting hands all over his ass, and he get hit way too much for me. He get hit way too much for me. He don't move his head enough, and you got to be right in front of him for him to look a certain way. And we all know Hitchens would have been boxing and moving, boxing and moving. You know what I'm saying? Boxing and moving. That's what he would have been doing. So maybe we'll see that fight down the line. Who knows, man? But Hitchens, man, I hope he get a good fight over there at Zuffa because they've been looking a certain way, man. And people don't believe in him no more. They don't believe in Africa, man. They don't believe in him. I think he was real selective about who he would fight under what conditions. You know what I mean? That Matias thing hit a lot of people's ears a certain way, right? When he said he didn't want to make 140-pound rehydrate, the IBF rehydration calls, people was like, man, you're scared. Your ass is shook, G. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get in there and put it all on the line. But look, it's water under the bridge. He had 40 seconds. Somebody need to go over there to Zuffa with him and fight him. Devin Haney, I'm telling you, if that dude was smart, man, I'd be trying to make a fight with Devin Haney if I could, if I'm him. That'd shut some people up. You go out there and you could beat a guy like Devin Haney, you could shut a lot of people up. You could shut a whole lot of people up. Let's keep going though, man. Let me get to this. I gotta get to this video, man, because y'all see it in the title, man. So I was over there listening to Mill City, and I seen a couple videos from him, man. He was talking to Brian Norman Sr., and he gave his thoughts on Boots. You know how he been feeling about Boots since him and his son was about to fight, man. He don't think about Boots what a lot of us think about Boots, right? But one of the things he said is that damn, I couldn't even show y'all the other video, man. This sucks. But one of the things he said is Boots is gonna look regular against Xander. Xander gonna make him look regular, and he said he don't see nothing special about Boots. So I'm gonna play both of these videos, man. We're gonna get into them like we always do. Let's keep rolling, y'all.
I think, according to what I heard and what was going on around that same time, they really did offer the man to fight. They really did offer Boots to fight. And we all know by public, you know what I'm saying, it'd be hard for people to have, people be having memory lapses and shit. They have memory lapses and judgments of shit that's fact that you can go research for yourself and listen for it. And they motherfucker act like shit didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Mosey clearly said that we loyal to Espinoza. And that's not even throwing shots at nobody. You feel what I'm saying? So if the man said he wanted to fight, so now let's take it back. You got to remember, even now to this day, years later, years after that happened, still to this day, you're talking about a guy who still to this day, this ain't been for this being real. Again, because there are no fighters, he still ain't fought nobody like that. You feel what I'm saying? His toughest fight was Stanionis, a guy that had not been tested, and they were testing each other. You get what I'm saying? So Stanionis was his biggest test, and he passed with flying colors.
Stanionis was tested, though. That's how he kind of got the name that he got. It wasn't just, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they was testing each other, and he didn't test Boots at all. Boots beat hellfire and brimstone out of Stanionis. That shit wasn't close. That was a massacre. But I get what Senior is saying. Look, big shout out to Big Mason and BBO. I get it, man. Look, he sound like he don't really like Boots or whatever. I don't think he dislike him. I've heard him give Boots credit for what he think he is, but it seemed like maybe it could be some sour grapes from how the situation played out or panned out, or maybe it's a part of him that really feel like Boots ain't as good as what people say he is. But Maybe he just a person that's not sold. I just don't like to deem every opinion as hate, right? But he know Boots can fight, man. I just think right now, people can still make these kind of claims. Boots goes out there and beat a guy like Xander's eyes. I think a lot of that talk, it's not going to disappear, but I think a lot of that talk going to slow down. You know what I'm saying? If you complain about him beating an established unified champion, then I don't know what's going to make people happy. But you seen he was trying to fight Virgil. Virgil ended up suing Oscar. That's not on Boots. Then he went right to Xander. Xander went right to him. Now we got to fight. So I think if he solidify himself the right way, people going to have to back up and rethink how they look at Boots Ennis.
Boots was Staniona's
Ryan
biggest
was
test.
good.
You feel what I'm saying? He failed it. You know what I'm talking about? So you're talking about a guy that had never been tested. So the only guy that he ever fought really that was supposed to be competitive was Stanionis. And then the other guy, well, we ain't got to go into all that. You get what I'm saying? But I believe that's why Bud gets so mad about it. Bud fought the guys. He fought Gamboa when he was undefeated. You know what I'm saying? He fought, what was it, Brady's Prescott when they thought it was the wrong fight to take. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember, B was signed.
A lot of people don't remember that, man. Crawford fought people that he just don't get credit for because the names don't resonate with people how they want them to, or they want the biggest names. But he beat a lot of quality fighters throughout them 42 fights.
Cameron Duncan. So Cameron Duncan told me about Bud's career. He told me he didn't want Bud to take that fight with Brady Prescott. He was scared for Bud to take that fight with Brady Prescott. You feel what I'm saying? And that's with us being with his manager. So
that's a fact.
Bud fought some people that he was supposed to lose to, that was supposed to be this and supposed to be
that. So think about it. Cameron Duncan promoted both or managed both at a point. You get me? And this is why I was saying he wasn't looking to try to make that fight because you already promoted it. Look, you doubted Bud and you seen how good he was firsthand. So it just was tough, man. That fight, I just never thought we was going to get that fight anyway.
Yeah, he fought some good undefeated names back in the day when they were still around to be fought. And again, that's not Boo's fault that these people weren't around to fight. So now you got this guy come in like Boo's saying he calling out Spence, he calling out this person, but he hadn't earned the fight yet. You feel what I'm saying? Like, how can you do that? You can't just jump the motherfucking, you can't. Then they gonna say he was in line for this and that. Well, when he was in line, he was offered the fight. And they said that they was going another way. You feel what I'm saying? They even said they was taking another route. They took they took the Spence route. Like, y'all forgot. So for Chris Papa, this all bullshit aside, to me, it's just all of the word play and the games that niggas be playing this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Bud is a guy that for years been putting in work. He been putting niggas to sleep. He literally put niggas to sleep. You feel what I'm saying? You talking about a guy that ain't even been doing that to the other guys. He ain't been, you know what I'm saying? So you got to think about what you're talking about. I understand the frustration Bud feeling, man. Y'all talking about all of that when he didn't even really earn a fight with him yet. And when y'all say he did earn the fight and he was allowed to take that fight, he went the other route. IBF. Remember, let's not forget. Y'all talk shit about singing all you want, but singing know what the fuck I be talking about. And all this shit could be research. Don't speak with your feelings, speak with your facts. That's it.
Chandler, thank you for the 2 P's.
A lot of what he's saying is true, man, but it just come down to business, man. A lot of these fights don't materialize because of the business, and I just the people that understand it. The ones that don't, they don't want to understand it, man. Shit, Terrence Crawford ain't scared of no upcoming fighter that by a lot of people they still question and saying he ain't fought nobody, and then at the same token, you turn around, they say the same shit about Crawford. So even with all he's proven and the people that he's fought, they still say he ain't fought nobody either, right? Go figure. They both got two totally different, opposite to how they move their careers and what they've done at this particular point. So, you know what I mean? It's just tough, man. Today's boxing, man, the fans suck the most, man, because they really don't appreciate greatness. You got people still saying that Bud Crawford took an easy route, which is like the most idiotic thing I think you can say. You know, ain't shit easy about being a champion 5 different weight classes, undisputed in 3. Like, what's easy about that? What's so easy about it? Like, you get me? Crazy.
Bud's first time getting upset about Boots.
Yeah, because he's done everything he's supposed to do. He even fucked with him when he was at the fight. He was like, I thought you weren't coming. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember, like, he got to think this. It's all game, man. Like, bro, you don't want that smoke. You feel what I'm saying? Like, They good for that. They good for acting like they want some smoke they don't want. You don't want that smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can make smoke happen. You can sit over here and yell fire. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to remember the names that was being yelled out. Then when he became champion, those names got stopped getting yelled out. You feel what I'm saying? He wasn't yelling them names no more. He wasn't. He's going to beat anybody. He's going to beat any this, any that. He wasn't yelling no names out. Then he just recently, after his last couple of fights, started back calling out some names because it was said he wasn't yelling no motherfucking names no more. You know what I'm saying? But now this is the first person, a name he didn't yell, Xander, because I don't remember him yelling Xander. But, still, it's still a good fight. It's a great fight, I think. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, he finally get his chance to shine. Well, second chance, because with Stanionis, he got his chance to shine, and he passed that with flying colors or whatever. So you got to give him credit for that. You know what I'm saying? One of the champions and somebody who's supposed to be a force at the time. You feel me? But now he get his number 2 chance.
Tell me, do you feel like Boots is overlooking Xander by having these discussions with Crawford as far as, going back and forth with him?
Man, listen, I wish we could talk about it. What's today? The 12th? I wish we could talk about it closer to the fight, because the shit I got to say, I want to be on edge with it. I want to be in your face with it, because, a lot of people, when I did interviews on here, and you put them crazy ass, them fake ass captions and shit, I don't even care that you do that shit. Like I said, I told you yesterday, I fuck with you, so I don't even care about that shit no more. You put it, so for the listeners, this motherfucker, Vlad TV over here to the left, you putting the clickbait ass
Call
titles,
that man Vlad TV.
the clickbait titles and captions to the videos. You retarded motherfuckers don't bother to listen to the videos. So he put the clickbait there, and then I don't say what the fuck he said I said. You feel what I'm saying? And y'all dumb motherfuckers in the comments, he said that because, bitch, I didn't even say it. It's clickbait. Like, what the fuck is YouTube? It's put out there for you to fucking click it and watch it. That's what it is, because you niggas like drama. That's what it's about. But I never said it. But I'm going to go ahead and give you some drama. I'm going to go ahead and give you. You can say I said this. You put this shit. You can put this in the headline, Brian. Don't say you said. Put that shit out there. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is what I'm finna say. What I'm finna say is I think that Boots is a good fighter, but I think he's no better than anybody else. I do not think he's a special talent. I have never thought he was a special talent. You feel what I'm saying? That's a lot.
He called Mill City Vlad TV.
When I first
and Vlad got his letters be black and red and white. I just realized that, and that's the same colors that Mill got. You know what I'm saying? He called him Vlad TV. That's funny. That's funny as hell. That's funny. Called him Vlad. Man, my bad, y'all. Man, this is annoying. Yeah, he called him Vlad. He called that man Vlad. Crazy, man. He said, "Hold on, I want people to hear this." I'm sorry, y'all. Let me make sure y'all can hear this.
What I'm finna say is I think that Boots is a good fighter, but I think he's no better than anybody else. I do not think he's a special talent. I have never thought he was a special talent. You feel what I'm saying? That's a lie. Let me back that up. When I first saw him in the gym, I did think he was a special talent. Let me take that back. I like to be 100% honest. When I first saw him in the gym, I did think he was a special talent. Then some days went by, and I had to realize what the fuck was going on. I had to realize what I was looking at. He's a fucking gym fighter. To me, that's just my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? He's a great gym fighter that has his aura, superhero aura in the gym. So when you come in the gym, everybody's, ooh, what's about it? Ooh, even the person that's coming in, you're in his gym. You ain't heard about him going to nobody else's gym, whooping nobody else's ass. You ain't heard no war stories about him going out of town or going over here and going. You ain't heard that. It's in his fucking house. It's in his fucking gym. He's a great gym fighter. That whole aura when you in your hometown, yeah, nigga, you in Boots country. You get what I'm saying? His whole fucking literally everybody in the fucking gym stop watching like it's amazing and shit. And he's doing what he's doing, but guess what? Ain't nobody getting hurt. Ain't nobody going to sleep. Ain't nobody getting dropped. You go watch the videos. Y'all remember that video? Again, I'm gonna give you the shit to post. I asked YSM that one time, and he was like, he didn't put that video out, and he right. I can't remember who it was, but he know the video. It was a light-skinned dude, very skinny. Don't know who he was. A regular fighter, and they was like, they was bragging. It was highlighting the body work or whatever the fuck he was doing. He hit that man in the hip so many motherfucking times, and that man still didn't go down. He hit that man. Go back and watch that. The dude had on blue head. He had on a blue cup. He was light-skinned, very slim. Probably didn't have no fucking fight. Don't tell me the fights he had, but he wasn't nobody. So you got a guy.
I ain't gonna lie. I get why people be like, he hating because he going in. He like, damn, he thought Boots was special when he first seen him. He not no more. He think he a special gym fighter. He basically saying he got this mystique about him. People gather around and say he's this, he's that. I've heard some wild ass stories about Boots. I can't lie, and I know they ain't no lies, man. I know they not. Like, I done heard them made grown men leave the gym and come back with the dry tears on their face and beating their ass. And I get it. Maybe you feel like he need to travel everywhere else and beat ass, but I think it's a lot of people that feel like Boots' talent jumps off at you. And for him, it's just like it was with Core. He just need opportunities, bro. If he can get opportunities, he can prove himself. Stan Jonas was a bit of an opportunity, not the craziest guy, but sturdy, tough guy, right? Undefeated, stopped him, beat his ass, destroyed Lima. Now you got to go here at Xander. If he make this mixtape the way I think he's capable of making his mixtape, they're going to have to slow down with all that talk. If he ever get Virgil in there and do the Virgil, what a lot of us feel like he could do, all that shit goes out the window. And that from that point on, he's solidified as special as what we think he is. I really believe that. So we're going to see. If Xander can make him look regular or ordinary, let's see it.
So that's what I've been saying this for the last couple of days. For anybody that asks me, I'm like, bro, you take a fucking NBA player and you put him in the D-League basketball game, he gonna show the fuck out. I've been saying forever. You take him up like a high school varsity player, even on the motherfucking high school JV team, and you put them up in middle school, he gonna go in there and show out. You get what I'm saying? We haven't had a chance to even see him show out in front of anybody because he hasn't been in the ring with anybody of his level of caliber. Of the same thing. So all I'm saying is,
now, but think about that though.
Of his level,
think about that.
Go out in front of anybody because he hasn't been in the ring with anybody of his level of caliber. Of the same thing. So all
now that is saying, I get what Senior is saying, but that is saying something though. He ain't been in there because it ain't that many people that's gonna be able to match him. Skill for skill, and it's gonna be able to match his caliber. It's not a whole lot of those guys, bro. And then look. I get where he coming from, but the first chance he got where the path opened up and him and Virgil was in the same weight class, both of them available. Look who ended up not making a fight. Look whose side ended up being in disarray. Think about it. Before Boots was an option for Virgil was on record. Well, before that picture got cleared, Virgil was on record for saying how good Oscar treat him, how he check up on him at Christmas and all of this. They stepped in the ring with Boots. All of a sudden, a lawsuit happened. I know it ain't just that simple, like 1, 2, 3, but just think about that. At no other point in Virgil's career, when it came to fighting somebody or speculating fighting somebody, did that happen. As soon as it came time to fight Boots, oh shit! Now, Oscar, you getting sued. Telling you, man. Telling you, they know that dude is real, man. They know it. They know it, and it's only a matter of time before they prove it. So these people, in my opinion, that's pushing the narratives that he's not good, he's not that talented, or he's not special. I think you're only going to be able to hang on to that up until the fight. I think once that fight happens, you're going to have to get that up.
I believe this is not even picking a winner. So y'all can't say Brian Norman Sr. says that he thinks that Boots is going to... No, I didn't say none of that. I never even pick a winner. I never even said Xander was going to beat Boots. But what I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to stand on this shit, I think y'all going to come to see sooner or later, that Boots is a regular good fighter. He is not special.
Damn.
He ain't no motherfucker that you gotta watch him when we hit a nigga. He fall out when he was Tyson. Remember how Tyson was? He clip your ass and you go to fucking sleep. Remember that? He's not that kind of fighter. He's not some kind of force that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm watching some of the greats. It's tripping me out. I'm watching some of the greats. He can fight inside. He can fight outside. He can fight. Yeah, but the same thing you said about Brian Norman Jr. Against who? You said it. Y'all said you can say it against one person, but you can't hold you can't hold the next man to that same standard. Yes, he can do all of that. But what's up?
Hit that like button, y'all.
Out the Mill City. That was one of the videos from Brian Norman Sr. He was going in right there, wasn't he? Man, he don't think Boots is special. He think he a regular fighter. He said Xander gonna make Boots, man. But I don't know, man. Senior about to get introduced to N1 mixtape Boots. N1 mixtape Boots up your ass. That's what it's about to be, y'all. Everybody hit the like button, man. We getting through it, man. We had some audio issues, man, but we don't care. We gonna keep rocking out, man. At this point, I want Boots to fight Senior. Omar, like, hell with this, man. I done heard enough. Boy, we ain't done. One more from Senior, man. And I got something from Greg Hackett we gonna listen to. We gonna keep building, man. We trying to get through this, y'all.
No, it's all good. No, it's all, hey, man. Hey, so I forgot, yeah, but see, that's what you got to go on. So you do the clickbait. Hey, no problem, bro, man. Be safe.
Yo, everybody be saying this, man. Be
views, you get all that, whatever else. But at the same time, you know what I mean? They hate the truth. Nobody, look, everybody, I was talking to you, I think, yesterday, when I said, what I don't understand is the need, because these are not even females. What I don't understand, these are fucking men. What I don't understand is the need for men to have a fucking hero. I don't understand that. You feel what I'm saying? LeBron James.
Real quick, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I level with Senior right there when you talk about the hero. I don't know who he referring to or what exactly, what's the context of it, but I ain't never had no fucking hero, bro. I ain't nobody no damn hero to me. I think that's too much praise. Hero is wild. That's like I ain't into praising regular people, man. Heroes is, I don't know, that's some comic book fantasy shit. Hero.
Michael Jordan, yeah, we can love him. We can like, that's a bad motherfucker. Nigga, he ain't my hero. I'm not finna defend him to the end of time. I'm not. You see what that motherfucker? I don't care how good. Terrence Crawford. We gonna say, yeah, you're a bad motherfucker. We see this. We see that. But the way they defend and go out their way and fall out with motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, look, yeah, if he was regular, the fight would have happened. We know he's not regular. I take that with a grain of salt. I think Senior being a super tough critic. I still don't want to call him a hater because I don't think it's hate. I just think in his mind he really believes that. There's people out there that really don't believe Boots is what we think he is. There's people that I know for a fact that's not haters of Boots that say the same shit. And I think it's very similar with Core's, like, he just needs the dance partners to solidify himself. You see what the talent is. He's shown it to you already. You've seen it consistently time and time again. Same thing with Core. But when you put them in there, when you put that true talent in there with somebody that's going to push them or be a great dance partner for them, you're going to see just how special they is. I think that's the case with Boots. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just think that's his opinion on Boots, right? He really feels that way, right? And I know Boots get a lot of praise and things like that, but I think for good reason. You know what I'm saying? When Roy Jones giving you your just due, I think it's for good reason.
Motherfuckers and argue with motherfuckers and do this and do that. I ain't never did. Y'all ain't catch me. If you call me arguing in the comments, I'm arguing with you about facts. That's what I'm arguing with you about. That was before. I don't argue with you about shit now. You feel what I'm saying? But before, if you call me in the comments, I'm arguing with you about what a person has done. And you hold one person to one standard and you hold another person to to a higher standard. But this great fighter don't get held to that higher standard. I don't understand why. So here's my prediction on that fight. My prediction on that fight is going to be a good fight. Boots may edge that out.
Kylie, you ain't lying, though. You ain't lying.
He may edge it out. It's not going to be an easy fight for him. And he will look regular. He will look regular. I was saying that unless he get caught, because anybody get caught, that still stands true. Make sure y'all keep this if you do get caught. But I think Xander's good enough not to get caught like that early. And I don't think Boots got the kind of firepower to catch him. I don't think he got the kind of firepower. Like, let's think about it this way. I try, like I said, I look at the facts. So you say, if a motherfucker get caught, right? Tyson, you get caught, you're going to sleep, right? With Boots, if you get caught, you might get dropped, you might get hurt, but you ain't going to sleep. Which fighter did he knock out that ended on the ground when he was knocked the fuck out? Now, I'm not talking about sleep. I ain't comparing. I'm saying where they physically could not continue. Usima Lima was on his feet. The referee.
Yeah, but the referee saved his life, though. Respectfully, if the referee didn't jump in for Lima, he would have been knocked out bad. Like, he kind of saved us. He saved Lima from a highlight reel. He was about to get highlight reel. You get what I'm saying? Yo, Stanionis quit on the stool. Like, sometimes that's worse than being 10 counted because anybody could get caught with a punch and don't beat the count, right? But when somebody beating the out of you and you just sit in the corner like, man, I'm good. I ain't going back out there, man. I'm trying to get home to my kid. Like, that's a different kind of ass whooping, bro. And that's what Boots did. Right? He really beat your ass. So I don't know. I don't know what the focal point is about him having to stop guys, put him out cold. Maybe he's speaking on what a lot of people be saying, right? The way they praise Boots, he feel like they talking like he just be putting people to sleep, but Boots be beating people ass. That's what it is. And the knockouts end up coming. Most of his fights ended knockout. You know what I mean? And whether these dudes on their feet or not, I ain't saying he the biggest one-punch knockout artist, but Boots is a violent guy. And over accumulation of punches, man, he break you down, bro. He really do. He be breaking these dudes down. He beat Lima, broke Stanionis down. He broke, you know who he broke down like that? Broke and knocked him out. What was his name? The dude down there, the 40-pounder that fought him. I forgot, dude. The Lipinets. Man, he beat the hell out of him. Like, Boots really beat the fight out you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, maybe it ain't the one-punch knockout shit, but he definitely beat the fight out of his opponent.
Roman Villa, the ones y'all say.
He beat the hell out of Roman Villa.
Referee waved it off.
He beat the hell out of him.
On his feet.
And he didn't look the same.
White man. Referee waving it up. You get what I'm saying? All of this stuff. So it's not like he's a demolisher, like he gonna hit you with a motherfucking boulder and boom. And now all of a sudden you can't get the fuck up. You get what I'm saying? His best chance at that would be a body shot. May have helped him out. You feel what I'm saying? That's his best chance at that. Those are the, and I'm saying that because that's where the debility come from. But that manpower that clock you in your shit, when you can't get up, he ain't showed it. I ain't gonna say he ain't got it because I don't know what the fuck he got. He ain't showed it in nothing. He ain't showed it in sparring. That's from what I seen. He ain't showed it in the fight. He ain't showed it nowhere.
Good, bro.
And y'all can't point to me where he showed it at. I made it a point one time before. It was a guy, Damian Fernandez. I said his name. And I felt crazy saying it because motherfucker like I was tripping. I was like, well, how am I tripping when you got a kid at the time? I'm like, well, Boots went 3 rounds with this nigga. And that was when he first did the Matrix move. A lot of people don't know this. Damian Fernandez, he was doing the Matrix and the turning and the this and the that. And I know a fighter that went in there with this same person, dropped him 3 times, had him afraid to get up, and ended on the ground, kneeling to him in 1 minute and 31 seconds. That means he didn't want no more. He went with Boots and was trying to fight him for 3 rounds. Boots doing Matrix. This same person went in there with another person younger than Boots and was afraid to do anything. Bowed down on his knees and ended in 1 minute and 31 seconds, and that's including 3 knockdowns. So that's what the count of the 3, at least 3 8 counts. So that's at least 24 seconds of that fight. You feel what I'm saying? So to me, I'm looking at like, bro, I don't see the specialty in this shit. I see a whole motherfucker. I see a picture that y'all painting. Again, that's not saying he gonna look.
And he ended up getting stopped, Cal, in one of his fights at the Boots. Stop, drop. He was getting beat up or something, but he ain't looked the same. I think he's had a fight since Boots, and he ain't a fight or 2 possibly, and he ain't looked the same. I seen him getting his ass beat.
To Xander Zayas, that's saying he gonna look like a regular good fighter.
Joe was
He's
good.
not gonna be different than Nahir Albright. Not saying he ain't got more skills than Albright. I'm just talking shit. I'm fucking with you there. I'm saying he's a good fighter. I'm saying he got skills. He's not special. I don't think he's special. I don't think he's special at all. That's just my opinion. When I looked at Karen fight, because I told you this, I went back and watched Karen fight because you remember I was a specialist of this shit back in a couple years ago, and I forgot about it. And I went back and watched it again. I said, bro, this motherfucker don't look good at all.
Yeah,
he don't. Nothing about him looks good at all. I said, and this is Karen. Karen was supposed to be nobody when he fought him the first time. Then you have people that argue he beat him 12 times. Yeah, but he didn't beat him good 12 times. 12 rounds. He didn't beat the shit out of him for 12 rounds.
Nah, he definitely did. He definitely did. The first time around, he dropped Karen and won arguably almost every round. The second time around, Karen got some rounds in, but first one, he won about 1 or 2 rounds at best.
They said
he got dominated in that first fight.
The next time, Boots vowed to knock him out. Boots vowed for this and vowed for that. The next time, nigga Karen stepped right to him and pushed Boots back. Go watch the fight. Go watch the fight and see what Boots did. See what the Dominator did when he got pushed back when the man stood in his face. He got on the back foot and started boxing. Well, if you're a Dominator, you're going to goddamn get on the front foot and knock his block off. He's there to be hit, right? He's there to be hit. He hit him. He dropped him. Karen was smart, took a knee or whatever else. Then you have people that say, Karen to beat everybody else. Karen to beat this. Karen to beat that guy. Well, if that was true, if the real people thought what you thought, why is Karen not being pushed? Why is Karen not being pushed? Because they don't want Karen to get in there with nobody else and get knocked out. They don't want Karen to get in there with nobody else and look and that person look better than Boots did, and that's gonna kill the whole thing about Boots is this and Boots is that. His value, that's gonna kill the whole thing. So they're protecting Karen at all costs at this moment to make sure nobody else fucks with Karen. They don't want Karen in the ring with nobody.
Cass trying to let him make it. I know, Cass. Look, I really mean this, what I'm saying. I'm not just trying to be nice. And I want y'all to realize that I get it. Like, he ain't got a lot of things to say. But again, for me, I think a bit deeper than just hate, right? I try to understand. I'm always trying to understand why he got this approach. And I'm listening to him. And it sounds like he basing it off what he hear about Boots versus what he feel like he's seeing. And he feel like those two things are not aligning. Not everybody, a lot of people say that, right? Not everybody sees Boots as the guy that we see him as. But I think, again, Saturday is going to prove that he is who I think we think he is. Or like what Senior is saying, all of these things could be proven true or false come June 27 when Boots and Zayas fight, right? Like, that's why I reserve judgment to call it, because if he go out there and do everything you say he couldn't do, everything you saying is going to sound like hate, because people going to say he been showing this shit, though. So it's just, I get it. His reservations is based on the level of talent that he think Boots has been in the ring with versus the ones he beat down. And he feel like the top tier guys ain't the ones he beat down. And I think it's a little sour grapes for him and his son and all of that stuff that went on. So I think he's a lot tougher on Boots. Like, he rate Boots super tough. And not saying that that's the way I see it, but I still don't think it's just simple as, he hating on him, right? He might be a doubter or a naysayer, right? I don't want to say hater per se, right? But we'll see what he is when he go out there and do what he's supposed to do against a established unified champion. If you can't give him credit after he wins there, then you know it's really a problem. Manny, what's good with it, fam? What's good with it, my guy? So let's keep going.
This is, pay attention. This shit is done on purpose. If Karen is good as y'all say he is because of what the fuck he made Boots look like, if he's that good, then why are people not pushing him so they can make their bread off of him? Use your own brain.
And I'll say this: when Boots beat Karen the first time, Karen went on a little win streak and he was on one before running into Boots. And I think if you look him up, his last losses is to Boots. I think he beat everybody else. Karen was on a little run, bro. Karen was kicking up. Hold on, y'all. You get me? My bad. So he might not be hating, but he damn sure sound better now. He does sound a little salty. He sound like he sound like a non-believer, bro. That's why. Like, I don't think he got a reason to hate, but he sound like a non-believer. He sound like he's still not fully sold on Boots. And think about it, it's a lot of people, not just Senior, that say that stuff. So it's tough, right? But he don't make it no better when you don't give him credit at all for being the talent that I think he's proven to be. But again, how you determine that How you gonna determine that is, again, what he gonna say when he wins. Man, my bad, y'all. Text message. So yeah, Karen fought him. So back into contention. Right. With the IBF rankings. Fact. Shout out to everything boxing. Can't lie, be seeing dude be hating on boots. Anything connected with boots. And I rock with seeing. I keep it a buck. I just feel like I look at it like this, right? That's the simple way. That's the simple way. And I won't argue with nobody. I want y'all to hear me. Shout out to everything boxing. I won't argue with nobody that say he hate, right? I won't argue with that. But for me, the reason why I won't just call it hate, because I know he had some dealings with him. His son was supposed to fight him. He had to hear what everybody said he was going to do to his son. And then he feels like what people selling is not what he's seeing under the lights. He got a couple examples that he drawn from. He's just a naysayer, for real. And I mean that respectfully. A naysayer, a doubter, but I get it. Some people going to be like, yo, he hating. But a lot of times people don't be doing they damn homework. Yo, Karen been winning. He was winning before Boots. He's winning after Boots. I just think he gave Boots some really good fights. You understand what I'm saying? He gave Boots some really good fights, and that's just what it is. But think about this. How much can I reduce Boots to the anomaly that's on his resume, the Karen fights? Those were the two fights that look much different than anything else. Every other fight has pretty much been on par with Boots making a damn and one mixtape on everybody. You get me? Like Stan Jonas was an undefeated world champion with a baby on the way. 6 rounds in, he's sitting in the corner looking at it like, man, I'm good. I'm definitely good. Like he beating the fight out of dudes. He whooped Lima ass. The ref had to save him. He beat Lipinet's ass. He beat the hell out of Thomas Delorme. He beat the hell out of Castillo Clayton. Like Boots really be beating these dudes' ass, man. Like it don't be close. Like he really punt. He be getting there and be disrespectful to you. You get me? That's why I call him and one mixtape Boots, man. He different, man. He different, bro. You know what I mean? He got to do some homework. He definitely got to do some more homework. Shout out to CJ, man. Pardon me, y'all. I had some audio issues, man. Shout out to the real ones that's still rocking out with your boy. We're going to keep building. But Senior, man, Senior's a tough critic. Senior's a really tough critic, man. You know what I'm saying? He gotta, I think, and I feel like the last bit of grace I'll give, because the one leg that he do got to stand on is people's question Boots level competition, even some of his biggest supporters, right? So some of his biggest supporters have questioned his resume or lack thereof, right? So for me, I feel like the straw that'll break the camel back for me, where I'll stop saying like, he just a detractor or a naysayer. I'm gonna start teetering in the hater pool as if he handles Xander's eyes in a way. If he does exactly what you say he couldn't do to Xander, and you not right, I want to hear you say that you was wrong about him and give him his just due. If you can't do that, you officially, in my book, become a Boots hater. You just don't like Boots. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only true question, right? It's not his talent. It's just, can he show that same level of talent against the best opposition out there possible? That's a fair question, right? They asked it about Shakur. We seen Tio, not saying that's the best in the world, but that was the best opposition he had, right? And he handled them. So to try to still, and people still question him. So I think they're Shakur haters. Now, Boots, you asking him to go out there and fight a world-class guy and dominate him, right? Beat him like he beat everybody else. If he goes out there, he handles Xander the same way. You have to then give him credit for what you said he couldn't do. If you can't come to the internet the same way you was just now saying what he can and what he ain't, then to me, you become just a flat out hater. You get what I'm saying? Because let's be honest. And I do give people grace because I feel like time reveals all this shit. If he truly a hater, we gonna find out because we think Boots gonna do what he do, right? And we know if a person is truly a hater, they not gonna give credit even when you should. And that's what I want to see. Like, I get it. A lot of people question Lima, right? Why didn't he fight Lima? Why didn't he fight Lima? Some people question Stanionis. They were saying he was tailor-made for him. I get it. Okay. But I ain't trying to hear that with Zayas. Zayas got good legs. He can move. He can box. He young. He not old. He not washed up. He got some experience. He got some good wins. He a bit tested. He got tested to a degree. You can't say none of that if he go out there and make this mixtape. You get what I'm trying to say? So I'm at my last straw. Like, I hear you. I hear the criticism, even though I don't agree. But I just don't call everybody a hater just because they see it differently than me. He's a naysayer that's going to be proven the right way. Watch what I tell you. He's going to be proven wrong just like everybody else. Think about it. People saying how T.O. can knock out Shakur and how he's more explosive and this and that. And then when it was wrong, some people accepted it and gave Shakur credit. Somebody came through here and was one of the ones, was like, man, you was one of the ones telling me about Core. Senior got to have that kind of energy when he's proven wrong against Boots, to me. Or all that shit you said just sound like you was hating for real. You get me? So don't think I'm, I hear him, but I get it because the most valid argument is the competition, right? That's the biggest knock people have on Boots. But I just feel like fighting an established, unified champion coming off back-to-back really good wins, back-to-back wins, being undefeated. There's no taking credit from that. You got to give credit where it's due. Shout out to Cecil. What's good with it? Man, Stanionis' performance was OD, dancing and some more. Yeah, he beat the hell out of Stanionis, bro. Yeah, I think the easy thing to do, Cal, is to be like, oh, yeah, he a hater. He a hater. Nah, but I try to level with people because I'm just not, I'm just not the normal, right? I could, and listen to what I'm saying. I could understand why you and anybody in the chat could say hater. That's why I won't argue with you. I won't argue with you, but I'll tell you why I'm not calling them that. And at what point I will start looking at him as a hater. So how many people criticize Boots about the Karen fights? How many people? How many people criticize Boots about, the level of competition? It was still some people that even question Boots and his power. I've heard all of these things. Senior is just putting that all together. Now, look, it sounds like sour grapes, sound a little salty, sound like you not giving credit, sound like you taking credit. You can call him a hater, right? But I'm going to say when he proves you wrong, like I seen Shakur do to people, like I seen Keyshawn do, and people got to walk it back and be like, you know what? I was wrong. That's what I'm waiting for because I feel like Xander answers all the questions that Senior has. Does that make more sense to y'all why I'm not calling him a hater yet? Get me? Ain't shit gonna change. If I want to call him a hater, I'm gonna say, yo, you a hater. But right now, he's just being a doubter. He's one of the biggest. He at the top of the list of people that don't believe Boots is special. He said he regular. Xander gonna make him look regular. He thought he was special at first. He don't think so no more. So it's a bit of double talk. You thought one way. If you thought that way, now he's gonna prove it against Xander. You get me? All that shit you questioning gonna be answered against this one dude, and I'm gonna be keyed in to look what your response is gonna be when he beat his ass. If you say anything other than, yo, he stepped on him, I was wrong about him, that dude is special, full-blown fucking hater. You hating, bro. Now you hating because you just watched him do what you said he wasn't gonna do. You said he was gonna look regular. You said he's not special. Xander is gonna prove that. He's not gonna walk all over him. Watch how this look. That's what you said. And when it don't look like that, and it look like the And1 mixtape that we think we gonna see, I expect to hear you say that. I was wrong about Boots Ennis. That's it. It ain't gonna be no Xander is great. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear he wasn't ready. Unified champion. You don't got no choice but to be fucking ready. You get me? So that's what I'm waiting for. You get what I'm saying? It's easy to say what everybody's saying. When you listen to, think about me, where I'm going with this. Every single time in boxing, when somebody, more, I ain't gonna say every single time, nothing is 100%, but more times than not, when you hear somebody go against what the majority, I think what Senior is, he's going against what the majority thinks about Boots, right? But he's saying the same shit that the biggest naysayer said. And I've seen people be proven wrong. And again, all of that, competition, I think Xander checks that box. He's a unified champion. That box is checked. He fighting a legit champion, right? Yeah, he young, but he legit. You get me? He got good legs. People say Boots struggle with people that can move. Xander can move. He can box really well and consistently, right? So it's some shit there, right? I want to see if when proven wrong, because I think he will be. I want to see you walk this stuff back. I want to hear what you really thought about Boots. You know what I'm saying? After he proved it to you. So it's one thing to speculate and question when you got a little bit of room to work with, right? Yeah, you could look up and down the resume and say, yeah, he ain't fought the craziest names. All right, he ain't fought the most dangerous guys, X, Y, and Z, but he's beating everybody they put in front of him. He whooped these dudes' ass. Boots don't be having close fights. Karen fights wasn't close. Karen just wasn't a victim the way the rest of the guys was victims, right? But that's the only two fights. Every other fight looked pretty much the same. So maybe Karen just had his number. Maybe Karen was just going to be that awkward fight for Boots, right? Everybody run into somebody in their career to a degree that you just don't look that good against, right? Maybe he ran into his version of Emmanuel Augustus, right? Remember Floyd, people say, you know, he ran into Emmanuel Augustus. He ain't looked that good in that fight, right? Maybe that's what Karen was for Boots, right? His version of that, a guy that just wasn't going to beat you, and you know he wasn't winning because you know at no point wasn't Karen in control or what had the possibility of winning. We knew the entire time Boots was beating him, but we just was questioning how it looked. I think that speaks volumes about Boots. Even while struggling, he was still able to constantly put rounds in the bank and keep Karen at bay. You get, especially that first fight, he dominated Karen. To me, the second one, Karen put up a better fight. You get what I'm saying? But I think it's a chance that Boots was in his own head. I think it's a chance that Boots didn't want to fight that dude, like his dad said. And sometimes you're not going to look your best. I ain't making no excuse. He didn't look his best, but he still won. And every fight after that was like he mopped the floor with everybody. So, nah, man. You gotta be able to bring up more than the Karen fights. And the fact that you only got the Karen fights to go off, that's why I'm saying I'm not trying to hear shit when he make this mixtape volume 35 come June. I don't want to hear like, oh well, you know, Xander wasn't ready and Boots got lucky. I don't want to hear shit other than Boots. Ennis is and one mixtape Boots. You get what I'm saying? Beat Xander, senior maybe. Nah, if he, yeah, hey, OP, I'm telling you right now, everybody that's still in here, he 100% a hater if he do that in my book. 100% you hating. Any minimizing of beating a unified world champion, you hating. That go for everybody. But if he do that, I'm not trying to hear it, bro. I'm not trying to hear it, man. Like, at this point, because it's like, at what point do you start to give him credit now, right? Like, you gonna complain about everybody he fight? Because I get it, right? Yeah, Lima. Who is Lima? All right, bet. We know who Xander is. Xander was what? One of the youngest youngest fighters to turn pro at the time when he turned pro. So Xander been around for a while, and he's far more mature than people speak of and give him credit for. So he ain't gonna be easy to deal with. Is it fair to want to see Boots in a competitive fight? Yeah, I want to, but if you can't beat him, you just can't. Nah, that's facts. And I think that's why I said, like, I think the way he beats people makes him special. You know what I'm saying? Emmanuel was a punching bag against Floyd. Yeah, it's subjective, man. Some people didn't feel like that. You know what I mean? Boots gonna be an all-time great. I think so too, Deluxe Recording. I think he can prove it with the right dance partners. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Damon. I think Xander like 23 years old or something like that, but it don't matter. It don't matter. Floyd was a champion at 21, right? What that mean? You know what I'm saying? What the hell that mean, right? Pardon me, y'all. Restream is trash, bro. Starting to really don't. Oh my goodness, I hate this. Shout out to Dre. What's good with it, man? Proven legends, Crawford and Spence is why he gets the hate. Shout out to Art, man. Nah, he get the hate because fans is just haters. He should talk the way he talking about Crawford, right? Because Crawford would talk the same way if Crawford was in the same shoes as Boots. So Boots ain't doing nothing wrong by talking his talk. What he's supposed to say, yeah, Terrence Crawford is the greatest fighter I've ever seen in my life. And if I fought him, it'll be a really great fight. You know, I think I can compete with him, but he's gonna beat me, but I think I can compete. No, Boots gonna talk what he's supposed to talk. I'll knock his ass out. and I would look at him different if he didn't. Boots get hate because people are miserable, bro. You know what I'm saying? Boots don't get hate just for that Crawford shit. That ain't enough. That's not enough to hate somebody because he feel like he can beat Crawford. You get what I'm saying? Think about what Crawford was being told or how people was looking at Crawford when he was talking about this Canelo shit. Remember, trainers was coming out making bold claims like, yo, if you even think that Terrence Crawford could beat a Canelo Alvarez, you just dumb. Like, remember that. So, nah, man, Boots get hate because they ain't see him lose. They want to see him lose. They don't want him to be good, right? They wish that somebody would just get in there and beat Boots, but they can't. And they know the reality. If they favorite fighter got in there with Boots, he'd beat their ass. You know what I'm saying? Boots get hate because people just don't like boxing. They'll tell you they don't like the defensive shit that boxing that Haney and Shakur do, right? They'll tell you they don't like that shit. But Boots is the opposite of that. Keyshawn is the opposite of that as well. They'll tell you how they hate that guy, how they hate Boots, and he the opposite. You get what I'm saying? So Boots get hate because these people are goofy, man. You know what I'm saying? And they just don't respect talent. You get what I'm saying? Ryan, my dog, what's good with it? From the 6 in the building. How you feeling, bro? I got you. I'll drop the link. It's all good. We could chop it up. I mean, Boots over everybody. Even Bud. I feel you, man. I feel you. Xander good, but Boots will catch wreck. You know it. Boots gonna catch wreck. I got you, Art, man. I'll drop the link. For sure. Yeah, man. Yeah, he got to be confident, man. Yeah, I think the Boots hate comes from, look, it's natural. People hate on everybody, but I think it comes from like the praise. They don't like the Boots get praised the way he do, right? That's what it sounds like. They be mad. Like, he's not even that good. Who he fight? They keep saying this. Like how Brian Norman was saying, he's a great gym fighter and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I think he's better than a great gym fighter, I think he's better than a great gym fighter. Boots is special for sure. But sometimes it's important to do ordinary things exceptional. I believe he can. And that's what I'm saying. It's a conversation, Aunt McQueen. That's why I say everything he's saying ain't just like, oh, he hate. It ain't just flat out hate. But when I see him go in there and make this Adam One mixtape volume 35, and you talking about, oh, it didn't look good, and he looked like this, and he should have did it like this, and should have looked like that, and he was supposed to know. I'm gonna be like, hate, more hate. You get me? Like, but right now, he's just having the same criticism that some of these other guys be having for Boots, right? Questioning the competition, right? What's good, our man? Is he punching?
Yo, y'all can see me? Okay.
Yeah, I can see you.
I ain't never
Is
used
he
this
punching like
application.
that, or is it the small guys that he just beating up on? So I get it. I hear some of that same shit we've been hearing it for years from Boots, but again, I think Xander proves it, man. All that he being young shit don't mean nothing because we see young champions all the time. You get me? So that ain't no excuse. That dude been being tested, top rank, been grooming him, I think, the right way. He got the right fights, and look how confident he talked. Man, hell no. I'm not gonna be
He's
watching that
super.
fight like he only 22. I'm gonna be like, nah, that's a
Xander's
grown man.
super confident.
Yeah,
And
he's super confident to me, Xander.
you got, as a boxing fan, you gotta really watch out for guys who just get this new confidence out of nowhere. He might have some tricks under his sleeve, man. But I'm sure Boots
I think
can
he
handle
always
it.
been like that. You know what it is? He mature. He been around long. He turned pro early. He was a young teen, I believe. Xander was one of them ones when he turned pro. So he been on the scene. You can see how well he speak. Like, he's media trained really well. I think his confidence is real. I think it always
And that's
been
what I
like
was just
that.
about to say. That confidence is real. That ain't no.
Yeah,
I'll try to
I think
peep
it's
the
real.
scene to see if he was faking it, but nah, that's just real. He really
He believes.
believed he can beat Boots, and
Yeah,
that's all it
he do.
takes for one step. One step is
Mm-hmm.
knowing that you can beat a motherfucker, having
Right.
confidence, but you
You
gotta
believe in
prove it
that
in the
shit.
ring.
Right. And he already saying, like, look, man, he got issues with people that move. So I want to see if you can exploit that. You get me? So that we was up here talking about if Senior really a hater. And I'm like, I just think he a detractor right now. I think he a naysayer, a doubter. I think he a
Senior who?
non-believer. But I feel like beating a Xander's eyes, I ain't saying, Boots solidified, everything is over with. But that you got to start looking at him like, you know what? Nah, that dude, Boots one of them.
Nah,
Because Xander beat
if he
everybody
can
in
beat
front of
Xander, he definitely up there pound for pound because
him.
that's pound for pound, my opinion. If you can move up in weight and still look as dominant as you did in the lower weight classes, then you up there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think you just got to start. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's back to back. You know, you unified. You was unified at 47, then unified at 54. You just got to start to respect where Boots is coming from, man. No, and look how he got here, man. That man got beat Lima up and got right to the smoke with Virgil. And I'm not saying it was like 1, 2, 3. Oh shit, Boots on your ass. He's suing Oscar, but it's funny how their relationship was great until it was time to make this fight. And how do I know? Because Virgil said it. Say, yeah, man, Oscar, man, he treat me real good, man. He gave me a Christmas gift, checked up on me, the family, all that. He was talking
I
like
don't,
that.
you know, in that situation, I don't really blame Oscar for that shit. I really blame Virgil Ortiz manager because them niggas, he tried to pull some backdoor shit on Oscar, trying to get his fighter to sign another deal without Oscar involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, nah, you can't do that. You can't
For
do that.
me, I say that it's a collective thing, but why I lean toward Oscar is because the way he was going, he was having too much fun with the clapbacks. And I heard something that his manager said. He said, man, you've been talking about negotiating or trying to make this fight, but you haven't had one conversation with me or Virgil. And to me, I'm looking like, all right, man. Like, see, you putting on, the cameras is on. Somebody got you. You got a hell of an editor because whoever editing them clapbacks need to be paid.
I mean,
But
they low key already exposed what's his name, the manager, because the manager he tried to do a 360 and apologize to Oscar, but Oscar was like, "Nah, I ain't hearing it." And then the court, they already said Oscar was in the right. Reason
I
why,
get that part.
reason why Virgil Ortiz can't go nowhere because
I
Oscar
get
was in the
that
right.
part. I get that part. Like when Oscar said he think he was getting bad advice. I mean, I think that's determined by what the results is. And if the results is you're not winning and you on the sideline, that's bad advice. You was giving bad advice. So I level with Oscar there. But to me, I think he got too caught up in the antics, like the theatrics of it. Oh man. And because remember, he walked it back too. He said, I was just trying to get him more money. He
Yeah,
said,
I was
look,
trying
I'm
to get
willing
him
to
more
do
money,
whatever
but
Virgil
the
Ortiz
manager
wants
trying
me
to
to do to
go
get
back
this fight.
door and sneak a deal with fucking Matchroom. That's some wild shit. That's why
Nah,
he
I
trying.
think
That's why
that
he trying to
should be
apologize.
that's sus, but I think some of that stuff happens again, right? How you gonna have a man stand in the ring with one of the biggest fights that he can make and then proceed to not have conversations with the fighter or the manager about said fight? That's wild. That's like there's no way you could make a fight without talking to the fighter and the manager. It's like once I started seeing the rift, you could collectively blame them as a team. Y'all not on the same page. The manager saying he had no conversation. Virgil was disgruntled. He sound unhappy. But then even Oscar sounded like he walked it back after the lawsuit shit. Like he had fun with it, but then he was like, I was just trying to get him more money. He was like, I'm willing to do whatever Virgil Ortiz wants me to do to get him the fight he wants. So I'm like, well, why the hell y'all in court then? Like, how the hell y'all end up in court if that's what you really wanted? So I just think sometimes guys get caught up in the clicks and just being a character instead of just doing the business. Because I'm not saying Rick is 100% right, but Oscar responds to everything else. He didn't refute that point. He was like, yo, we still haven't spoken about this fight. And I thought that was crazy. That was a red flag. I'm like, how you making a fight then? You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was weird for Oscar. Don't I know he was giving the wrong advice? Yeah, I think he was giving the wrong advice. It seemed like it, bro. It really do. It really do. Because if the end result is you being stuck on the sideline and not having no fight, it's gonna look like you got bad advice. But again, we didn't see or hear about no lawsuits and no them not being on the same page till and one mixtape Boots stood in the ring. Next thing you know, it's like, oh shit, we lawsuit. I'm like, bro, what? The timing couldn't been worse. So even though I know it's real business and this shit that go on behind the scenes that we don't always know about, that probably led Virgil to the point where he's at now. But the timing was terrible, man. You faced off with the man. He was like, oh, you gonna give me an answer now? Boots was pointing at his watch, like, yo, the time is now. Then you proceeded to get out the ring, go in the back, talk about a dream fight with Earl Spence. Then your manager start talking about all the other fights and the opportunities. Then your dad start talking about other fights and opportunities. I ain't gonna lie, y'all started acting crazy. Like that energy switched up the minute they got out the ring from in front of Boots. I started hearing like a different narrative. We start hearing about dream fights and shit. And I'm like, I don't really want to hear about you fighting Errol Spence when the zone had to come out and say they will not pay for that. They will not pay for no damn Virgil and Errol Spence. You get me? So it was like, why even still ask for something that they're not gonna make instead of the guy that was right there in front of you? And then you got Golden Boy, top rank and Matchroom all together. That should have been a layup. That should have been like a slam dunk off the fucking backboard, bro. Seriously, it should have been a slam dunk off the backboard to make that fight with them too.
But you know what? I'm gonna keep it 1,000. This Xander fight, in my opinion, is a better fight than the Ortiz fight, because Xander, I like his chances more than I do with Ortiz. Ortiz, his style is tailor made for a nigga like Boots. It's super tailor made
Oh,
for a
you
nigga
think
like
Xander
Boots.
is more of a challenge? You saying for Boots?
Yeah, he would have more of a challenge because Xander, he's gonna come into that fight heavy as shit. I wouldn't be surprised he come to that fight at 190 against
Yeah,
Boots.
he
So
said he get big.
he gonna come in big, and he gonna be able to absorb more of Boots' punches, in my opinion, compared to a Virgil would. That's just my opinion.
I mean, I hear you. I hear you. I
And
think
then he got the Puerto Rican.
stylistically,
Xander got real fans, you know. And he got Puerto Ricans that's gonna rally for him during that Puerto Rican weekend.
I think,
Xander, Ortiz, he couldn't even sell out shit in his hometown.
yeah,
And I used to
it's
live
crazy.
there. There's
Yeah,
hella
nah, it's
Mexicans
true.
there.
It's true. It's true. That's a good question, Jordan. You know what? I always say listen to the fighters, right? And just to kind of like, answer that question for me in my mind, I hate to be the one to call people snakes, right? Because I know in business you're gonna have people that it worked out with, and you're gonna have some people that fell through the cracks and maybe it didn't work out with, right? But when I look hear the name Oscar De La Hoya, you gotta respect that. That's Golden Boy. He is Golden Boy, right? He been in business, he know what he doing, all that good stuff. But we've seen the pattern and the track record through the years of guys falling out with him, Canelo and so many others like Ryan. And now you see Virgil, it's like his biggest stars end up having an issue with him. And regardless of what the courts say, when fighters start being disgruntled left and right, I start to think where there's smoke, there's fire. So that's how I look at Oscar. So there's something there because we've seen a multitude of fighters kind of fall out with him, and they start with him and not finish with him, right? And I would think that's on him. With Rick, as you know, as that question pertains to him, he kind of posed it on Twitter or like publicly, like, bro, if I ever did anybody wrong, I got multiple fighters. You can ask any fighter. Like, he had that kind of energy. Like, I've always done good business and I do all my fighters. I do right by all my fighters. You know, if that's not what it is, somebody gonna come out and be like, and nobody ever, I never seen nobody, no record of nobody challenging what Rick was saying about how well he treat his fighters. So I would say Oscar is just not 100% snake. I don't think nobody, I don't want to say nobody. I just don't think guys overall is 100% snakes, but I think they do put certain fighters and guys in situations where that's not the best for them. You know what I'm saying? I do. So I think Oscar has done a lot of good in boxing, and I think it's been some situations that just ain't been, ideal for some of these guys. Who's disrespecting the greats was about to be explained. Oh nah, hell nah. Hell nah, because that's not really disrespect. Dude, Kyle a fool. That's not really disrespect though, man. Saying you'll knock somebody out ain't disrespectful. That's what you're supposed to say. If he don't say that, I don't want to watch him, bro. I would never. If he get in there talking about how good a fight gonna be with him and Crawford, I already know he gonna lose. Like, don't get in there talking like that. Nah, get in there and talk about that mixtape you about to put on. Know what I'm saying? The big names for Ortiz versus Boots. Hopefully he could get the bigger name in there. Or I mean, shit, Ortiz, it's tricky with Ortiz, man. His name ain't as big as what people think. It's not. It's crazy. It's respected, but it's not big. You're not like him. You get me? But Eddie Hearns, Snake as well. I don't think, all his fighters leave him and then talk greasy about them and snack. I don't think so. I don't think Eddie is Snake neither, because he didn't snake Conor Ben. He didn't snake Richardson Hitchens. He didn't snake Edgar Berlanga. He didn't snake Demetrius Andrade. He didn't snake Devin Haney. He overpaid him. So I don't know. Like, who did he snake? What fighters did he snake? That said he did him dirty. Like, I don't know. I can't think of it. I always hear people say Eddie Hearn is snake. I don't really be hearing it from the fighters. I heard Deontay Wilder say it, and then I seen Deontay Wilder shake his hand and take a picture with him. So, Oscar just protecting his investment. Possibly Omar, possibly, but he's saying his job is to make the biggest fights for the fights that Ortiz won. He said that out of his own mouth. Pitbull bigger than Virgil, I'm telling you. Pitbull mania is a thing, man. Know what I'm saying? Verge ain't as big as we gonna rock out for a couple more minutes, man. This whole live stream pissed me off. FaZe, what's good with it, fam? Hit the like button, support the grind, man. We still building. We probably got roughly about 20 hours of streaming this week, bro. We've been putting the work in. That like button, everybody. We're gonna keep rocking. So yeah, man. I can't wait to see how this play out, man. Yeah, he got Andre paid. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't able to get him the fights per se, but he got him paid. So I don't think that's snaking somebody. And he was honest about it. And I think we see now, fast forward to today, we see now that the fights being big is not just all up to, or the fights being made, pardon me, is not just simply up to Eddie Hearn making the fights. Well, oh, there you go. What making or not making the fights, right? We seen it now. Like, is it Eddie Hearn's fault that Boots didn't get Virgil? Remember? I don't think people be paying attention. Remember, he said he down there guaranteed it. Yo, he was like, he said, he pretty much admitted to it. He said StreamYard. Yeah, man. It just threw me way off. Like this restream is like, wow. They got the videos skipping now. But damn, it made me lose my train of thought about what I was just saying with Eddie Hearn ass, man.
You know, Virgil Ortiz is my guy. I'm a big fan of him, but he's certainly not as big of a profile. Hell, I can't even really think of any times where he's headlined
right
in a big
crazy
arena.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I do think it's one of those matchups where it's been so intriguing because people have been wanting to see it since 47.
Right.
That maybe that intrigue will put it over the top.
Right.
One of those right dance partner type of situations. But outside of that, it's not like Virgil Ortiz is a huge fighter. You know what I mean? Like, you can ask the average person, they're going to tell you who Floyd Mayweather is. They may know who Devin Haney is. Hell, my son knows who Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. He knows who those guys are. Tank. Milesy, you ever heard of Virgil Ortiz? You know Ryan Garcia? You know Jake Paul? See, you know them guys. Logan Paul's brother. See, you don't know who the hell Virgil Ortiz is.
Muhammad Ali?
Nah, Virgil Ortiz can fight, but hell, I'm a big fan of Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz is probably my favorite guy at 154. But just in terms of profile and notoriety, it's like he's known to us, but he's not. You know what I mean? And it's no slight to Virgil because once again, I'm a fan of him, but to the point that they were making, not the biggest name.
Nah, keep cooking.
Not the biggest name. But I'm very excited to see how Boots looks against Xander Zayas, man. I had Xander a little messed up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to go back and rewatch several of his fights. The Patrick Teixeira fight, the Slawa Spoma fight, Bass Barrow. I was very, very impressed with his ring generalship in that fight. Because I want to say after the first or second round, Centeno, his coach, was telling him, don't allow your back to touch the ropes, stay in the center of the ring. So I rewatched the fight with that in mind, and I was literally counting how many times his back would touch the ropes. And it would probably be like once a round or something like that. So he did a phenomenal job of just using his legs. And it wasn't just all lateral movement either. Sometimes it'd be like, all right, he fired a jab, duck and pivot out, and just like little stuff like that. So Xander really has good legs. So that's why I'm really, really, really curious to see this fight against Boots. I want to see if Boots will be able to corral him and if he's worked on some of the things that bedeviled him in the Karen fights.
Yeah.
Because Karen's the only person that I've seen that made Boots look remotely normal. Everybody else, As you say, it's N1 mixtape. And for me, it's not just about Karen. It's about the attributes that Karen possesses. It's how Karen was using his legs. Like in the in the rematch, I'll also say this: Boots got a hell of a chin because there was some clean ass shots that he was taking where it was just like Karen would be in range, half step back, cracking with a shot, pivot out, hit
me.
I never seen nobody else do that to Boots.
Yeah, it was something you showed me, and I never caught it like that live because when we watching it live, it's like sometimes that shit go over your head. You be looking for what you looking for that you might see, you might miss what actually happened. You sent me a sequence of him getting clipped like repeatedly, like a few different times. I know that was you. You were sending me these little clips. You like, look at this right here. I'm like, damn, I ain't realized that.
Yeah,
where his
one
feet
moment,
would
4
be like,
times in
he'll
a row,
kind of be out of position a little bit.
4 straight right hands, and Karen was just like he threw a right hand, then he pivoted off to his left, fired another right hand, and pivoted off back to his right, and then threw 2 more. I was like, what the hell? I ain't never seen nobody do Boots like that.
Man. This is probably the last month with Restream.
So
I ain't getting this.
I know that I know Xander got really good legs, bro. He got really good legs. And I think it might have been Tiger Johnson in that clip that you played a couple weeks ago when he gave Xander a lot of credit for being able to stick to a game plan.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I must concur. Because hearing the instruction from his corner, from Centennial, his coach saying, like, yo, the guy gonna try to pressure you. And seeing Abbas do that to what's the young Cuban dude's name? Ennis Tellis. And the way that he was able to trap him in the corner, he could not do that shit to Xander, bro.
Right.
He was refusing. And the few moments where it seemed like Abbas was about to really get into him, what he do? He tied his ass up and walked him right back to the center of the ring. And then we reset, and now we right back to it.
Very consistent at using them legs. He knows how to use. I think you pointed out like this dude be constantly moving, man. He do. Xander be on some shit, and that's where I think he can make it interesting. Let's see what kind of movement, what kind of issues that his consistent movement causes for a guy like Boots.
Well, that's why I want to see if Boots is tightening that up. Because it just remains to be seen. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, he can't do this and he can't do that. Because we never know what the hell is going to happen. I ain't going to lie to you, bro. The night when Ryo fought Pitbull.
Right.
Yo, I had tears in my eyes, bro. It was almost like watching a family member. Because I remember seeing Ryo fighting versus, what's my man's name? Edwin De Los Santos. He was not moving like that. He was just standing in the middle of the ring, just rock'em sock'em robot.
Right.
Then when he went in there and fought against Pitbull and he was on the back foot the whole time, I was like, okay, this dude is improving. Even with David Benavidez, I had him messed up. I had him pegged as RoboCop, like David Morrell made him out to be. And he was. If you go watch his fights against Dennis Douglas, he was straight up and down, straight up Frankenstein. By the time you get to Boo Boo, he out and going southpaw. You seen the way he just ended his order. He was southpaw when he ended that fight. That whole combination, he was southpaw. He wasn't even orthodox. So you seeing the guys grow and evolve, and that's what I want to see with Boots, because I know that Boots is special, but sometimes you got special guys where for whatever reason they just don't make the necessary adaptations to really capitalize on how special they really are. Case in point, I remember back in the day hearing a clip of Roger Mayweather talking about Howard Davis Jr., the Olympian. He's like one of the most decorated amateurs in U.S. boxing, right?
Right.
In the 80s, widely regarded as like the fastest hands. Like this dude had serious hand speed. But for whatever reason, he just never put it all together. And that's what I want to see with Boots. Is like, can he put it all together? Because for me, it's not a question of whether or not can he do it. As athletic as he is, I don't believe there's a single thing that he can't do.
Right.
But it's like, is he working on certain things?
Yeah. Will he do it?
Will he do it?
And that's why I was you articulated that perfectly. That's why you hear what Ant said. That's why I was giving Brian Norman Sr. a bit more grace, because of some of the things he said had some credence to it, right? You hear people question these things, and I'm like, okay, all right, so you just another naysayer. You're not fully sold. All right, you know he's talented, but you're not fully sold. I've heard this kind of talk before, so it's like, all right, and I know what it takes to kind of eliminate that thought process. A credible guy. Now what now it's probably it could be tougher challenges out there than Xander, but style-wise, this should be a good fight. 50-50 on paper. I don't care how you think Boo's supposed to do him. This is a respectable fight. There's no way you could walk away from this not giving the winner their credit. So again, in my mind, you know, I heard what he questioned. You questioned like his power and how he. I don't know why that's such a that comes up so much. Whoever said Boots was this crazy knockout like artist, like I'm one punch knockout type of boom, you sleep. Like, nah, Boots be beating your ass. He hit hard enough where he will break you down over time. He don't got a one punch knockout you. He gonna beat your ass, and you not gonna want it no more. We seen it with Jonas. He wasn't knocked out. That dude was like, bro, I'll be damned if I go back out there, man. I don't know what that man on. He clearly on some different shit.
It was on the brink of getting there. That's what it is. It's like, let me quit while I'm ahead. You know how the old song goes. You got to know when to hold him and know when to fold him and know when to walk away.
No kid on the way. Now I'm going to see my baby. Daniel say, man, take that title, man. You got it. You got it. You know what I'm saying? You got it. Had that man look like Jason Voorhees without the mask.
Jonas is a tough dude, man. You know, if anybody seen that Butaya fight, it was grueling, bro.
Yeah.
That was a grueling fight, and that went the distance. So you know that dude has a high pain threshold.
Yeah, yo.
But you know, just again, I gotta rehash this point. Seeing Boots live, the most impressive thing to me was not the power, but the precision. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
And yes, I understand that Stan Jonas, stylistically, he was available because you know he's a dude that's gonna come forward, strictly high guard, chin down, you know what I mean? So there's gonna be them vacancies. You can punch around the guard, underneath the guard, and Boots got the precision to punch through the guard and get to his body and all that. But I was still very, very impressed because he broke down the guy that was really tough. This dude was talking about all gas, no brakes. And I said this the other day. Somebody said Boots made him downshift and eventually parked his ass. There was no gas. There was all brakes. That's all it was. Stan Jonas was like, hold on, I got to rethink this. He never got out of second gear, bro. So,
hell yeah.
I do think that Boots is immensely talented. But again, there's just certain things that I think that Xander will be able to challenge just by virtue of how Boots applies himself. And it's primarily with his legs.
Mm-hmm.
It's primarily with his legs. When you have Bozy barking on his ass in the 8th round, talking about, and you falling in. I told you to stop falling in.
Yeah.
See, Karen has really good legs. He was able to be available, and then right when Boots would pull the trigger. And I also got to say this. Karen had already been in there with him 12 rounds. Right. So he was probably familiar with the speed. And being familiar with the speed, being familiar with Boots' punch selection, being familiar with the angles that the punches are coming from.
Right.
So maybe Xander, he may not be able to time Boots.
Right.
The same way that Karen was in the rematch. Because he was able to pull the chair on him. Like where Boots would be in position to punch, particularly when Boots was southpaw. That's when Boots was reaching. He was reaching a lot in that fight.
Right.
And it was getting bad as the fight progressed.
You could tell he was frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
He was frustrated.
He was really frustrated, but understandably so, because Karen didn't give him what other guys had in the past. You look at Roy Monvia, he came to just straight up fight. He ain't come to box. He's coming forward, he's applying pressure, and Boots was able to pick him off.
Right.
Castillo Clayton, he was out there just standing around, kind of lingering, meandering around mid-range. Boots was able to catch him with that shot behind the air, got him up out of there. Similar situation with Thomas Delorme.
Yeah.
Karen was like, I will not oblige you. The first fight, he was very fleet of foot. He was moving. He would offer a little offense here and there, but I feel like the second fight to me was a lot closer than the scorecard would suggest. And then also Boots had the big moment where he came with the fusillade of punches and Karen took the knee. You know what I mean? He was letting them bitches go, and then Karen was like, hell no, brother. I'm gonna take that knee. That's another thing too. Karen is very, very smart, and he wasn't too
Right.
prideful to take the knee. But I feel like from like round 7 on, that shit was nip and tuck. It was really, really back and forth, and then it started swaying progressively in Karen's favor. Hell, in
Right.
the opening round, there was a moment where I felt like Boots went southpaw just a little too soon, because he came out orthodox. He was working the jab, head, body, head. He was working the jab, and Karen couldn't quite close the gap. But then when he went southpaw and he started trying to load up with them big left hands, remember, Karen made Boots stumble early on.
Yeah.
Boots tried to close the gap with a left hook. Karen beat him to the punch. But once again, it's like he had already went 12 rounds with him.
Mm-hmm.
So the speed, he's accustomed to that.
Yeah.
The range, more acclimated with that. The punching power, because Karen said Boots can punch.
Right.
I seen that Fight Hype interview. He said he could punch, but clearly, he got accustomed to it.
Yeah. Got used to it, right?
Got used to it.
And then on top of that, he gave Boots, he threw a little monkey wrench in there and gave him different looks than he gave him the first time around. And I think that threw Boots for one. I think that threw him off. He looked visibly frustrated in that fight too. Both fights, you seen frustration. Remember the first one when he started doing the Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he pissed. He frustrated. I said, Boots trying anything. He trying to get this dude. Started bobbing and weaving. I said, damn.
And then the
I thought he let
second
the
one, he
monkey
was
get away with it,
he was noticeably frustrated, man.
Right.
He was
showed up like
noticeably
a
frustrated in that
superstar.
second one.
Remember what he had, like a red lamb truck or something?
And he kept talking to people in the crowd because people was like, yo, knock him out. And he was like, I got you.
Uh-huh.
And it just never happened. And then, and like I said, like as the fight bore on, he did have that surge in round 6, I believe, when Karen took the knee. Oh my goodness. That was, to me, that was his best moment of the fight right there.
Smart.
Not saying that he wasn't steady throughout, but like as the fight got towards the back half, that's when you start seeing Karen having more and more success. And Bozy was just, he wasn't too pleased with Boots in that fight. But Xander, I like what he said in that interview. I think it might have been Ring Magazine, where he was alluding to, Boots kind of checking out in the corner a little bit and not listening to his corner.
Right.
So that to me, it sounds like he's looking to do something similar and get him frustrated and kind of like get him off his game. And I think that's going to be the hurdle for Boots. It's like, yo, can I stay locked in? Can I stay dialed in? And can I just take my time? You don't need to rush nothing. Just take your time, use that jab. Rewatching that Via fight and seeing he threw 57 jabs in the first damn round, that's what I want to see from Boots. Look to stabilize him. Because Boots got a good gas tank, got good hand speed, you got the length.
Right.
Now it's just a matter of really, really putting it together. And I can't remember who you were talking about before when you were talking about setting the traps. That's what I want to see a little bit more from Boots. Use that intelligence.
It might have been Mason I was referring to.
Oh, yeah. It was Abdullah Mason, but you were talking about the Sam Noakes fight. Yeah.
People be thinking, you know what? That's when I know it's a love affair with a fighter. Because when you give honest, constructive criticism, they see it as some type of like slight. And it's crazy that they with him, they rate him like the guy that they feel like he's gonna be, rather than what he actually is. And what he actually is now is not bad. But y'all almost like, you get when y'all skipping steps. Y'all like, oh man, I see the talent. Yeah, he beat Keyshawn right now. He beat Shakur right now. I'm like, yo, what the hell is it that he done that made you that kind of confident? Like beating Keyshawn ain't gonna be no easy shit to do. When people say that, like I know you might not like him, but beating him ain't gonna be easy. I know you might not like Shakur style, but beating that shit ain't gonna be easy. Like, because you got some power, and I know you can't do this, right? But just hypothetically. He's not a puncher. Who wins the fight? You think people run around talking about he beating these guys? No, they're not basing that shit off skill, pedigree, and talent. They like, man, yeah, I see he fast, he could punch. Yeah, he'll win. Nah, no, he won't. He got a lot to learn, bro. He got a lot to learn. Like I'm giving him. I know some people like, man, Cordina good. He gonna beat the hell out of Cordina, I think. But as he grow, man, he's gonna be really tough to deal with. He's tough to deal with now, but I'm not going to anoint him over more proven fighters just because you infatuated with him, right? Like, nah, could he beat somebody possibly now? Absolutely. But again, that title fight showed me a lot, and I think it showed them something too. I don't think not confident in the man, but some things there's some areas where you still need to grow, and then that maturity, man, you just can't make up for that shit. Like, put it this way: when Xander was that age, Xander was far more mature at that age than what I feel like Dula is right now, boxing wise. Get what I'm
Shit,
saying?
they damn near the same age, honestly. What is it, like
It's
23?
crazy. He was
bro,
a couple years ago. What?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Going back and watching Xander over the past couple of weeks, he is one of those fighters that appreciates on rewatches. And if you watch him intently, or attentively, I should say, if you watch him attentively, he appreciates on rewatches because he does so many of the small things.
Yeah.
Like the dude, the guy that was on YSM. You played the clip the other day where he was just talking about how like Xander does like all of the ordinary things.
Yeah, appreciate
Bro,
you, CJ.
He's really like that. Like and that's what really makes me curious about this fight, because I do feel like Boots is the more talented guy outwardly,
right.
But Xander is just so steady with the small things. Like watching that damn slower Spoma fight, and I'm looking at certain shots where it's like in real time it's looking like it's landed, but then you go back and you look and he get the backhand up just in time,
right?
Like his ability to catch shots. His defense is sneaky. His defense is sneaky good, man. I'm just really impressed with him.
Hey, man, I want to ask.
From a
I want to
maturity
ask you a
standpoint.
question. Who you got beating Karen at 47? Who would you put
Karen
your
at
money?
47.
Would y'all put your money on to beat Karen at 47? Shout out to everything, Box.
Damn,
man, to beat him. I think the top guys can beat him, but I think it's the problem with Karen that I think dudes are running to is not just beating him, right? Because we seen that with Boots. Beating him ain't enough. It's how would you beat him, right? I think he can. I think he has the ability. And this is me, honestly. I don't think I see bro said Devin Haney. I don't think he'll beat Devin Haney. I mean, this version of him, man, look, I just don't think he's the very best version of himself right now. That's me. I'm just being honest. Back-to-back 70 punch landed fights. That's not Devin Haney at his best. I don't give a damn what none of his super fans say. But even with that, he still be really hard to beat. I could see him making the fight ugly. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mike Kirkland. I could see him making the fight ugly, and that could be enough, right? That could be enough. But as far as like beating him, I mean, who would I have him beating, or who would I put my money on to beat him? I think the top guys could beat Karen, right? I think that
I think so, but I also feel like Karen has enough to also cope with the top guys and potentially get it done too. But I will say this against those top guys, if it is a close fight, 9 times out of 10, he's probably not going to get the nod. Sorry to bring the politics into it, but you know how that goes.
Nah, that's
like
real though.
If it's one of those close fights, majority decisions, split decision type of fights,
right?
9 times out of 10, he ain't going to get.
I think he could give anybody a good run for their money. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Because I think he just overlooked. Like, you look at him and people don't rate him, right? They don't rate him, and they just like, man, he said I won't put my money on none of them to beat him. Not saying nobody can, but I'm saying I think he could possibly beat. Nah, I'm with you. I know where you coming from, ETB. He just a little he tricky, and he's different than what people don't run into. You don't run into Karens every day in boxing. And I learned that as Boots fought him. And then I know I had a certain feel about the second fight. And then Karen showed me Karen is just one of those guys that can be tricky. He can box, he can move. The way he fought Boots in the first fight is not similar to how he fought fights before that. And then the rematch, he's like, what the hell? Who is this dude?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, what is this?
I thought it was about to be just
like, who this? Shout out to Mike Kirkland, man. Says support for the real. I appreciate the love as always, my guy.
When that rematch happened, I was like, Boots about to just walk through him. I thought it was going to be over quick, fast, in a hurry.
Yeah,
I thought it was going 5 rounds max. I thought it was going to be like that damn what's my man's name? David Avenesian. I thought it was going to be like one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you know, Karen gonna come here, land a couple shots, and then Boots just gonna smoke him. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
That's where a lot of criticism come for Boots. That's why meant to say to Art Man when he was here too. That's where a lot of that criticism be coming from, bro. Man, that dude, them Karen fights, and I guess you know the same old weak competition thing. Because think about it, if they could still question Crawford, man, they damn sure gonna question Boots' resume. You know what I'm saying? And who he fought. I'm just tired of that. Like, we got to stop making it seem like winning fights is some type of given or something that's just easy. Shit ain't easy, bro. This shit is not easy. We were talking about it earlier, you know, with the people keep talking about who could punch and who can't punch. I'm just like, bro, when are people gonna learn that it's more to knockouts than just raw punching power? And I mean that, like, we learned it. We just seen a guy with what he had 4 knockouts. He slept
Bruno Surratt. Oh yeah, the other dude you talk about Chelly, whatever his name
right,
is. Yeah,
Fat Kelly, and then Bruno Sarras. What he had?
Bruno
4,
Surratt.
5 KOs, 4,
And
5.
and here's another thing too. My man is the current IBF champion at 154, right?
Mm-hmm.
Josh Kelly.
Right.
You remember who knocked Josh Kelly out?
Who was it? Was it
David Avanesian?
Avanesian knocked out Josh Kelly.
Yeah.
Yo, when in his heyday, that's why Avanesian was the guy. Till he got older, then people
This was after Josh Kelly was in the Olympics. Josh Kelly was supposed to be the golden child out there.
Yeah,
He got that flashy style, fighting with the hands down and all that. So this is, you know, to your point, nothing is a given. You may be looking at these fights like, yo, this is an alley-oop, right? But we gotta remember the most important part. Without the conversion, there is no oop. There's just the alley. You could throw the lob up there, but you still gotta slam that joint to the basket. And Josh Kelly got knocked out by David Avanesian. And people will be like, oh yeah, well, Boots lost to. I mean, Boots was in there getting punched by David. No, David Avanesian could fight. You look at David Avanesian resume. This dude fought Shane Mosley,
right?
Bud. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
he got a sneaky good resume. Like, he been in there
with
he fought some quality dudes, yo.
He fought some folks for sure,
and even pulled off some upsets. We just seen my man on. I gotta bring him up again. Uncle Abel just got the upset over Boots' fighter, Tamir Smalls. That's supposed to be a showcase fight. You can't take nothing for granted. Remember Beck the Bully a couple years ago. He was supposed to be smoking shit. He ended up getting knocked out by Gabe Rosado, who had like 13 L's at the time, 14 L's.
Right.
Can't be taking none of these fights for granted, man. Anything can happen. Yo, Ennis Tellus lost to a Bass Barrow.
Fight tomorrow.
Ennis Tellus lost to a Bass Barrow. Ennis Tellus comes back and he beats Brian Mendoza. But Brian Mendoza knocked out who? The guy that you got on the screen right now.
Right.
And we seen Brian Mendoza have a tough fight with fucking Cornflake, with Thomas Lamana.
Yeah. Real shit. Karen fights tomorrow. You know what? I want to try to make sure I check that out, man. Because people, they don't know, man. His last losses was Boots. This dude been winning.
Yep.
I'm so tired. Like, I'm learning something, man. And I'm about to dedicate this entire weekend. Like, we know his fights on, but I'm about to really, like, I'm about to ramp it up. Like, we already junkies. I'm about to be, like I'm telling you, I'm about to up that. Every TV gonna have boxing on. I'm telling you, it's so much more to learn, watch, understand, break down. So many fights to see, fighters to watch after they lose. We just treat this shit like, yeah, man. Boxing is easy, man. You're just supposed to go in there and look great every night. And when you don't, you ask, like, bro, what? Man, yo, like, damn, bro. Like, the way we be rating people, like, it's just wild, man. Like, I was hearing somebody break down Terrence Crawford resume that was giving him credit. And the names it was bringing up, the Gamboas, Breedis Prescott, like, you know, they thought Breedis Prescott was going to beat him. Like, people don't remember this shit. They're not aware. That same guy slept. Amir Khan punched his ass and left him in the corner. Like, yeah, I watched this dude challenge people. Like, I watched this shit. Watched him beat ass bad through years. Like, that is nothing easy about that. And I was listening to this clip, and it was one of the callers on the Boxing Voice. He was like, man, Bud Crawford, yeah, let me see if I got this. He was like, he took the easy route. This, and that. I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is easy about all the accomplishments? I don't even feel like repeating them, but like, what's easy about that? What's easy about being 42 and all? Like, I'm still like, what the fuck is easy about it? Like, if that's easy, if that's what an easy route look like, why everybody ain't taking the Bud Crawford route right now? Because you mean to tell me you could take the easy route, get overpaid, get away from your promoter that was hating on you, and then make the biggest fights of your life and retire undefeated with all your money? Why everybody ain't taking that fucking route then? That's a one hell of a route. If that's the route, man, everybody would be taking it, bro. Everybody should be taking the damn Bud Haney, the Bud Crawford route. This shit is crazy, bro. Make this shit seem like
these people, man, they got it messed up.
Yeah, they act like he's something you see every day.
Hell no.
I got it. I got the clip just for the conversation, man. Just for the conversation.
Terrence Crawford, you took the easy route your whole fucking career. Wanted to just get paid upfront money. He was getting $4 million a fight to fight guys who got accolades and things, but they really want that tough in the eyes of everybody watching the fights. So now he's looking back at his career and he realizes, I ain't did shit. I'm getting rewarded for the stuff I'm doing. They giving me accolades, they giving me props and stuff for it, but really I ain't earned this shit. There's still a lot of question marks on me. And now it's starting to fuck with him. Now all that shit starting to come back around full circle. He's starting to think about it when he land in his bed at night. Yeah, he rich. He got all the money. He whooped the game. But motherfucker, you ain't stamp yourself, nigga. Boots out this motherfucker. People think you can't beat him. And you had the opportunity to fight him and show everybody that you could. Canelo just looked bad in his last fight before you fought him. Now you looking back at that shit. Keep on trying to goddamn cut corners and think you gonna get respect from a motherfucker who really did this shit.
Yo, and I say this, man, humbly, and I think that was my cue to wrap up, but I say this wholeheartedly, man. If Bud Crawford's career is like an example of not doing shit and not accomplish, like everybody, y'all might as well quit while y'all ahead, bro. Our boxing fans, the worst, bro. It's like you can't impress these people. Like, bro, they really want to see you fight King Kong, Godzilla, Thor, the Avengers, like Thanos with the damn glove and the Infinity Stones. Like, bro, how do you utter such ignorance? He ain't did shit. It's crazy. Like, bro, I really don't like us. One day I'm gonna just do a whole rant show. I'm just ranting all the hate I see. Bro, I seen some shit today, and I'll be happy to say. I told you I was gonna make this shit a segment. Yo, I got on YouTube just scrolling for a couple of minutes, bro. I swear to you. And I seen three people making videos about this one fighter. Y'all already know who it is. 3 videos about this one fighter. None of it was positive. One of them said is core underachieving. The other one said he caught chasing Loma. The other one said he's still in a fight from Tank. I was just like, yeah, let me go back to my show, Queen of the South. I tuned this shit out. I just went back to my show I was watching. I'm like, yo, it's like a full-time job. Don't worry, I still got a lot of gas left, man. I'm gonna keep fighting the good fight, bro. They be wild. I was just like, yo, it can't be that serious. That much negativity, yo, over one guy. What rod is that in the back? What rod is that? I don't know who that is, but crazy. But that should just be wild, man. Like, do y'all see anything good in boxing? Like, bro, Bud Crawford ain't did shit. The rest of y'all might as well quit while y'all ahead, because y'all ain't about to accomplish what he accomplished. Like, that shit is crazy, man. I mean, I don't care. I get it. If you having like maybe a all-time great conversation, maybe he ain't number one when you talking about that, comparing him to everybody in the world, right? But in this era, where is he ranked in this era with the people that he fought? Not the fighters that he couldn't fought with. I'm talking about the ones that he fought with. Where do he rank? That's how you rank a person to me. Yeah, you could say, well, is he the greatest fighter of all time? He don't gotta be. He definitely one of the greatest fighters of this era, and that's hands down. It's not even up for debate. That shit is crazy, man. I wish, I'm telling you, still to this day, I'm gonna always wish that these dudes like have to fight one day. Like it get to a point where you gotta fight so you can know what this shit feel like. Like, or like what you said, bro, a training camp, something. Like y'all need to know what this shit is like, man. Maybe y'all stop talking like it's supposed to be easy or something, man. This shit crazy, man. Shout out to my guy Mike Kirkland. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to Ann McQueen coming out to rock out. I seen the missus peeking at me. I think she need me for something. So I'm gonna head out just a bit early, but we're gonna come back on early tomorrow. I got a lot more we're gonna talk about. I'm probably gonna come back on StreamYard. My bad for the audio, y'all. This Restream be doing it, man. ETB, I try to rock out with Restream, man. It ain't rocking with me back. I like little stuff about it. I don't dislike it, but man, the connection issues, like, bro, every time I go live, it got a connection issue. And I checked it twice with StreamYard in between this, and neither time did it happen with StreamYard. You come back to this, connection just dropped for a while. Wi-Fi bars full up, but the connection dropped. They can't hear me. The video's choppy. I'm like, man, too much ignorance. But shout out to my brother Adam McQueen. Appreciate you rocking out with me.
Yes, sir. My guy talk about we gonna have to end it early, like you ain't been on here 3 hours already.
Yeah. Now you know what's crazy? We had
3 hours is
back-to-back
early.
6-hour joints. Then we had a 4-hour joint, and then we got 3 and some change. We got almost 20, over 20 hours of streaming. And it's only
Marathon,
30.
man.
Yeah, so we gonna be back though. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate you, and as always, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Much love, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Hit the like button on the way out. We're gonna keep building. We'll be back tomorrow early, man. We're gonna make up for this raggedy ass live right here, man. This shit really pissed me off with the audio and stuff today. But Restream, count your days, man. But shout out to everybody in the building, man. Can't wait to see this rematch. I had one more video. Maybe I'll play it tomorrow. We'll get into all that stuff tomorrow. Keyshawn standing on business Saturday. I think he beaten Albright more convincingly than he did the first time. He don't got to stop him to make a statement. He could just beat his ass again and just move on. You're not going to stop everybody just because he say he going to stop him. Don't mean he got to. He ain't going to be no less of a fighter if he don't stop him. As long as you show separation and beat him convincingly, get him out the way and move on. You know what I mean? But shout out to Albright, man. He deserves an opportunity like this, and I'm happy for the dude. And I'm glad to see Brian Norman back. Can't wait to see what he do and how he look under Ronnie Shields, man. But we're going to keep building, man. Shout out to everybody. Hit the like button. Appreciate the love, and we'll be back tomorrow.